In the world, with the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Hey, it is Wednesday here in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 93.5. What a wonderful day to be at Quad City, and Jay.
You know what you should do?
It's Wednesday.
What should we do?
What a wonderful day to be at Quad City. All right.
Isn't it?
It is.
It is.
It's
It is if you like to pick on public officials.
Well, now we're not going to start the day off with that.
We won't.
But
I sure want to. I never get to have the fun I want to have.
That's not true.
No, everybody holds T-Ray back.
That's not true.
Well,
Put the big bear on a leash. Just tell him to calm it down.
Only you can prevent
Forest fires.
with hand slaps.
Only you can prevent a fat guy streaking.
Strange day so far. I mean, started off warm, then it rained, and now the sun's out.
Yeah, the sun is out.
Yeah, I mean, we're there. Hell of a storm came through last night. That's for sure.
Yeah, so now I'm just waiting to see if there's another Little League game canceled on our calendar that's going to be needed.
Are you hoping?
Not really, no.
Oh, all right.
Not really, because I don't coach in this league, so I get to watch and enjoy.
Oh,
Because
that's
this
fun.
is the 7-year-olds, the boys.
There you go.
And then I also take the dog to the park too, and he's got another family that's on the team that we realize they're from the same breeder, so it may be related, the two of them. So it's a play date, so I get excited for Rowdy.
Who gets more excited, you or Roddy?
Probably me.
Probably.
That
Rowdy
gets a play
Popper.
date, yeah. That Rowdy does. So
Play date.
yeah.
That's so
him.
precious.
It
Pupper
is,
play
isn't
date.
it? So anyway,
Dogs have play dates.
well, it's not like it's just they're on the same team, so they come to the park. It's not
I
like
know.
we schedule it.
I know.
Sure.
I get a
yeah.
notification on my phone.
But
We'll
you
post it down
realize,
the
though,
door.
there are people out there that do schedule these things.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
And one of them's my neighbor. I love her to death.
No,
She schedules play dates for her dog.
I do not do that. I do not at all. So
when you go and hang out with the other owner's dog, do you say that you're Rowdy's daddy?
no. And this is at the
What's
Ball
the other
Diamond.
dog's name?
This is Ozzy.
So who's Ozzy's daddy?
Whoever's in the
dad or the
people
mom?
who the groom, not the groomers, the breeders.
They
Came from the same farm out like past
So
West Liberty.
Ozzy's still out there on the farm. They're not with like a
it's
family.
It's
No,
like-
they're owned. He is owned by a family. He's about 6 months younger than Rowdy. They come from the same lineage. I don't know. I'm not figuring. I don't
But
really
who's
care.
his mommy and daddy?
Yeah, like
They're
his
dogs
human.
that
His
are on a
human
West-
Who
mommy
is their
and his
Jay
human.
and Tiffany?
There is no such thing. They're dog. Their
Ozzy
mom.
doesn't have a Jay and
His
Tiffany.
human
He has
parents.
owners. He has
He has
owners.
Oh, he has owners, huh?
So you got to watch that, Jay.
Yeah.
That's racially insensitive. We can't see
Member
that
of the
anymore.
family, huh? Yeah. Get
Member of the
outside.
family.
No, my dog is my dog. It's not a. I'm not a fur. It's not my fur baby. It's not my.
He's not your fur
Oh.
baby.
It's not
You
my
are
fur
Rowdy's
baby.
dad.
Listen,
you let him ride
You are
shotgun?
Listen to me.
forever. That dog will
You
forever
can live
be.
your life however you want to. You can want to take your dog wherever you want to. That's fine. That's not my lifestyle. I'm not going to go out to take my dog on the patio. It's just not my thing. Because one, no matter what or how good any dog is, they're still unpredictable. All
Well, that's
right?
not what I'm getting at. I just want you to say that you're his daddy.
I'm not that
You're
dog. I am his
his
owner.
papa. You
have
I am
to-
his master. I am the
No.
alpha dog.
When that dog looks at you, he goes, Daddy.
He goes,
No, he doesn't.
Papa.
He goes, Daddy.
There's no way he does. Anyway,
Daddy's home.
On the
Anyway.
patio.
Ooh, daddy.
Yeah.
Give me a treat, daddy.
you're driving me crazy. You're driving me absolutely
You said
crazy.
you like Shandy?
Well, since the weather is coming up, I didn't.
I'll bet if he had a little, he's gonna get a sidecar for a scooter for Roddy.
You
yeah,
see,
for
for
when
those
he's
of you
driving
out there
around.
listening on ESPN 93.5, you can't
Goggles.
see what's going on the Facebook
I mean
Live.
the dog.
But now that T-Roy's got this whole thing set up and he's in the middle, now he wants to just make this thing go sideways.
No,
The
that's
show
not
wouldn't-
it.
Yes.
I just like doing this.
I'd like to thank everybody for listening on ESPN 93.5 and on the app ESPN 93.5. Go to your app store and download that ESPN 93.5 KGOC. You can also listen on your computer ESPN 93.5. You can watch us on Facebook Live.
That's right.
Go to Don't Hassle Us, we're local. And leave comments on the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment thread. So we are just, what am I looking at here? Days away from, yeah, 8 days away. 8 days away from the first Bix at 6. Quetzy Times Bix at 6.
There we go.
Wow.
It's summer is back.
Downtown's gonna get cleaned up.
No, they won't push for that. It's okay. They'll move.
No.
It won't be the actual starting area.
Gotta wait 2 weeks before Bix.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
come on.
Yeah,
We're not.
then we
Gotta
start.
pay the overtime. My bad.
Yeah,
We're
not,
still a lot of construction that got to get done on
Yes.
Brady before we
That's
can do
right.
that.
Yeah, we're not getting into that
Excuse
yet. So
me.
And we probably got to repave something along the Bix route.
Well, yeah.
Rights away.
So they'll start it up a few
Things
blocks.
planted.
Couple
Yeah.
things here. What should we look into doing? One, we have to do promotional items. So I've got one down that I want to do.
You ready for it?
I want
Lay
to do
it
some,
on him.
yeah.
Lay
I
it
want
on
to do. I want to do some sweet headbands, like the
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
J, like the
Oh,
tri-stripe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like one do it being red, white, and blue, and then we'll have the ESPN font, and we'll have the.
Well, I
our
think if we're
QC
doing,
Hassle.
I mean, obviously, I wore a headband when I ran the Bix. I looked cool, but I think we should do wristbands too.
You want the whole thing, the whole.
I think if you're gonna do it right, baby.
Because what I want to do, but I want to give them out. I want
Do
to
it
give them
right.
out during the Bix at 6.
Yeah, we can do it, JJ.
Who wears the wristbands though? If you have the headband, you don't need the wristband.
Have you ever seen the
Well, sure, John
cable
Cena.
guy? Cable guy.
Here's what else I think we should make this a multi. We should really go up there and push for the most promotional prizes. 1, headband.
Yeah.
2,
Wristbands.
well, we'll get to that maybe a package. 2, fanny pack.
Yeah,
Oh,
gimmick
fanny
bag.
pack's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
back, man.
Because you got to have that at the Bix. You
yeah.
got to put your gear in there, right?
Oh, yeah,
The
that's right.
fanny pack is on its way back. I was just
Yeah.
thinking about that today. I'm like,
Yeah.
or
The
actually
Rock can wear his old
yesterday, I
outfit
was
again.
making a right turn, Clyde, and I was like, you know what? I think the fanny pack should come back.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking about all the stuff that gets jammed in my pockets, and I don't like it in my pockets, especially if like you're throwing bags and you hit your leg and you hit your wall in your pocket. If I had a nice little fanny pack going,
Hulk Hogan can still walk
I could
out
show
public.
off my tushy a little bit more.
Wow.
I mean, that's something everyone can enjoy, Marvin.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
So
No?
yeah,
All right.
I want
Let's do
the
fanny
Shake,
packs.
shake,
then.
shake.
yeah.
Shake your booty.
Here's something I want to do for promotional item. It doesn't really work for the Bix at 6 because it goes a little astray. But frisbees.
Oh,
We
well,
gotta
that
bring
fits
frisbee
right in
back.
with the dogs.
It
That's
does
what I was
exactly.
saying.
There
Kids
you
like
go.
frisbees.
Daddy,
Dogs
Daddy,
like
give me a
frisbees.
frisbee.
Stop
If
doing
you,
that.
and if you turn it
Stop.
over, it makes little bowls. You can put a little water.
Well, I
or-
didn't even think about that. I got a better
Look
way of
at
doing
that.
it. I've got a better one for you. What I was gonna do, I would like to partner with a local restaurant, sit-down restaurant. We got a phone call.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
All right.
You're live on KJOC. Don't ask us local. Who do we have?
Hey, it's your dad.
Hey, how's it
What
going?
do you mean fanny packs are coming back? I still got mine.
Well, you do?
I carry my cigarettes and my car keys.
Well,
It's right, frees up everything. Your
Couple
cigarettes,
well,
your car
airlines,
keys.
you know, what have you?
It's a utility bill.
to
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people, they're coming back. And to you, that's never left. I get
Okay.
it. I'm
All
with
right.
you.
Hey, well, I say bring them on.
All right, brother.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you. He's right.
Dude,
What do you
that's
mean they're
great.
gone?
What do you mean they're gone?
What do you mean?
Carry my cigarettes. I love it.
So what I want to do with the frisbee,
Yeah.
and feel free because it's a Wednesday. You know what you should do
Oh, yeah.
because someone's going to now do this and not partner with us even though we want to. And I'm thinking probably Vans would partner with. You sell these when you do the kids meals. Serve them on frisbee. Kids take them home. Frisbee. The plate. You turn them up. Look at that.
You could use it for any kid's meal, Jay.
I know, but I'm just saying that's where kids want
I
to go.
love
Now the
it.
kids are going to go, I want to go to this place. Like,
Well,
why?
free frisbee.
Free frisbee, man.
Come on, Dad.
Yeah.
You're such a jerk. all
Pick
the
'em
time,
up.
man.
Pick them up.
Yeah.
And then, and then I'm going to set
This
a.
guy is a marketing genius,
I am.
by the way, Marvin.
I-
I mean, are you,
What
are
about
you-
this finally?
Are you smelling what he's stepping in over here?
I'm picking up what
This
he's
is
putting down.
Pure genius.
What about this? Then on one side, the
Oh, yeah.
the old some sunglasses. One side says ESPN, the other one says at QC Hassle.
Some cheap sunglasses?
Yeah. I'm just saying, giveaways. People are running right by here.
I think I love it.
It's Bix time. We got to start pumping some things up.
You know what? I think,
Pump up the jams.
man, we could really do some things up here.
Yeah,
So much room for activity.
I don't know. We haven't been here for a Bix. It's our first Bix.
it's our first Bix. You know, I got to keep it
Wow.
my tradition. But I got
God,
to.
Stager, if you're over there in the hall, over across the hallway listening, Pop over here and tell me what you guys do for Bix normally.
I know what they did last year.
Okay.
They had a big party here last year, and they had the parking lot like roped off, and they had music playing.
Yeah.
They had food. I think it started off in the morning, donuts, and I think they had a food truck afterwards.
And then a beer truck.
They did have beer out here as well.
Beer.
Yeah, after party, but
Sold.
not my kids or whatever else. But no, I want to talk about.
We
that.
should have a contest between all on-air personalities who can do the fastest beer bong.
Okay, sounds destructive, but yeah.
What do you mean? Challenge. Lay it down.
Yeah.
Stager, Goose, Klinger,
Yeah.
the congenital twins.
We'll have them. I was thinking. I got some other ideas of what we have to do for the Bix, though, because it is a big event here in the Quad Cities, and
Andy, who else?
we are
do
Don't
got?
Hassle.
There's other on-air personalities we don't even get to meet because they're here at different hours.
But we're on here. We are Don't Hassle for local, and
That's
we're here.
us.
We're promoting things local. It's a big sporting event, so there's some other things I want to talk to you about the Bix.
Can we talk about it on air? Or is that
We can, but we're gonna. We have to take our first break. We always take it around this time, and then we'll come back.
Just talking good stuff.
I don't know. I was just getting warmed up, Marvin.
Ooh, hey! Before we go, Marvin, I want you to think about this.
Uh-oh.
Erickson on the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment said you should give away 16-ounce koozies. Nobody ever gives out the big ones. These are for Natter Days.
These are for Natter Days.
Yeah.
And, 16-time
boy.
world heavyweight champion.
You two
We're
are
playing.
something else. You two are. All right, everybody. You need to stop going to your social media sites asking for suggestions where to get your oil changed, who does the best tattoo work, or where just to grab some lunch. Pick up your Locals Love Us guide. It has an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for. Or you can go to the website, localsloveus.com, click on Quad Cities, and then browse your favorites. It's easy to use, and they even rank the most popular places for you. When you're there, don't forget to vote for our show, Don't Hassle's Local, and all of our show sponsors. So make sure you check them out. Those are our friends from Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
This is Matt Koss of the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
With less than 2 outs for the young man that came into the World Series hitting Michael Collins.
This is Michael, playing in the Junior College World Series.
A swing and a high fly hit well to left.
It was a happy
Pinhagen
moment.
Back to the track, to the wall. He leaps and it is gone.
But then, Michael was killed in an impaired driving crash in McLean County.
A 2-run home run for Michael Collins.
He was 22. Drunk, buzzed, or impaired driving simply has to stop. It really is a matter
Harlan is
of
on
life
the
or death.
scoreboard.
Learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com.
Hit a home run on your next new or used car purchase at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll feel like you've entered your personal field of dreams. You'll be treated like an all-star from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a major league selection of pre-owned vehicles. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
Stock market show?
Sure, if you want.
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk tomorrow.
Where are you going?
Home. I can only watch TV in front of my TV.
I thought we could just watch it here together, under the stars, in this romantic field.
All right, I'll be right back.
Now,
I had a really long extension cord and my couch from home. I always sit on my couch when I watch TV.
okay.
TV you can only watch at home is only kind of TV. Watch shows anytime, anywhere with the DirecTV app. Switch to DirecTV and ask how to get HBO included for a year. Don't just kind of TV, DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Call for details. DirecTV app requires compatible device. Available content varies based on package and location. HBO and related channels and service marks are the property of Home Box Office, Inc.
Download the ESPN 93.5 app today and get breaking news sent right to your phone. Never miss a thing from the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 93.5.
How fitting we have this intro music, Jay.
That is loud.
This reminds me of what's coming up on Oscar's Pub. June 22nd, they're proud to bring to you My Posse in Effect for the first time in the Quad Cities. It's a Beastie Boys tribute band out of St. Louis. Tickets are on sale online through their Facebook page at $10 in advance, or also there at the bar itself, or they're going to be $15 at the door day of. Festivities are going to start at 6 with our man Craig Smith, and then the Posse will perform at 8:30. So that's My Posse in Effect live, Oscars Pub, June 22nd. Tickets available once again through their Facebook page in advance for $10. That's Oscars Pub, 5027 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
I'm setting up a push notification to give away tickets later.
Ooh, for what?
Gumbo Yaya.
Gumbo Yaya. I'll tell you
Gumbo
what.
Yaya, boy.
That is that's a Quad City tradition, Jay.
Yeah.
The Gumbo Yaya.
I'm trying to figure out how that is.
Of you got there was Gumbo Jaja, and then there's another one. There's 2 or 3 in the district that rock the summer, don't they? Isn't there a barbecue one too?
There used to be the Rib Fest one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Meow meow.
Those are all good times.
Oh yeah,
to be had.
You like going to the district?
I'm just saying, but it used to always be a blast.
Yeah.
I haven't been in years, but that's
besides the point.
That's mostly because I can't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm stuck elsewhere.
Yeah, sometimes.
Works that way. Anyway,
all right.
Interesting radio.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So I'm just sending this out there. So make sure you download the app, and you'll know when to call in. It'll tell you when to call in to win tickets to Gumbo Yaya.
Call in, or they're going to call in?
They're going to call in here. First, it's going to go on the app, get a notification that says call now, and it'll give you the number, and then we'll know when it is. So basically, it's It's Gumbo Yaya in the district, in the French Quarter area of the district.
Wait, whoa.
What?
There's a French Quarter district of the...
No, I just said that. It says catch the spirit and energy of the French Quarter in downtown Rock Island.
Oh, okay.
Cajun Zydeco.
Cajun.
And jazz bands will tantalize your ears.
I thought maybe you were trying to suggest that all of the...
While Cajun spice food will heat up your taste buds.
All the rub and tug places that went out of town in Bettendorf moved to the district. No? All right, maybe they
bead tosses,
relax their
confetti,
laws.
feather masks, feather boas, and more. We have your tickets, but I'm not telling you when that push notification is going on. Download the app and you'll know when.
Now, if they want to buy their own tickets, Jay, if they maybe they didn't get in fast enough, they don't win, where do they buy their tickets in advance?
There are no online pre-sales. You win them here first. You have to buy their tickets on Saturday. But you can win them here first. On the main stage. Is that
all this Saturday?
Yes, on the main stage. Okay. The main stage. The Backwater Bayou Band at 4:30. Deaky Doo and the Zydeco Crew.
That's an interesting name.
At 7:30 will be the beat toss. Josh Hoyer and the Soul Colossal. These names are great. 9 p.m. and the Jack Brass Band at 10:45. In the district.
In the district.
That's Gumbo Yaya. In the district.
You nailed that promo.
So I wanted to, so about the Bix, it's coming up at the end of the July, right?
Yep.
I want to talk to you about, so we have Bix at 6 that runs by here.
Yeah.
Then the Thursday night before. It's only 51 days away here.
You know what's even closer, though?
What's that?
The John Deere Classic.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll get involved in that, right?
I hope so.
Me too. Never been.
Randazzo made a lot of promises.
He didn't. He said he'll hook us
no,
up.
he made me a promise. And I'm holding him to it.
I want to figure out how we can get involved in this. God, this sounds like a bad idea.
Does he still have any room left in his tournament, by the way? Do we know?
No, he's full.
He's full? Okay.
Yeah. So there's, I want to see how we can get into these Brady Street sprints.
What? I am not running up that hill.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a race.
I am not sprinting up that hill.
It's a quarter-mile climb, and you
couldn't even get me to run here to Donuts tomorrow. You probably could.
No, it's a relay though.
A light jog.
Yeah, a relay.
Brisk walk.
Jogging. I think it's a soft J, Marv.
We can't get in it anyway.
Yeah, we're
it's
too old.
It's called the Big Sponsors Race, so only the sponsors get to put the corporate people in there.
I told the girls from Orange Theory today when they saw me, and they thought I was coming in to work out. I said, God, no. That would mean I have to sweat and do something that's good for my body.
What were you doing over there? Going to your pie?
No. Had coffee with the wifey.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so I told him I was going to go fill up on some coffee, see if I can blow my heart up.
There you go. So, so we can't, apparently we can't do the relay.
Why? Because we're too old?
No, it's for the sponsors, Big 7 sponsors only. It's
just go give them $5.
I think you're going to be a bigger sponsor than that, Marv.
How do we...
I'm not, I don't want to recklessly speculate, but I think they want more than a $5.
How do we get in on this and just start doing our own thing? Like, how do we have a radio only where we get to call the Bray Street Sprints and jump in on TC's gig that he has on KWQC?
Well, we
set up a little...
We bug Becky until she tells us to shut up and make her be a sponsor.
No, I mean, we get to call it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
what I'm saying. We have to, really...
Oh, yeah, that'd be it. That's probably what they want.
Like, you got to kind of outbid the Quad City Times.
Yeah. Well, no, KWQC calls it. They call the Quad City Times sponsors it. KWQC the race, and they're like, and coming up the hill, at this flight he
move our station down in front of theirs.
No, that's not it. That's not it at all. So back in other news besides Quad City, if you have any ideas out there, folks, that we should have for giveaways, something that we can turn over in a hurry. I really like headbands. I don't know about the sweatbands. Who needs sweatbands, T-Roy? Really? If you have a headband, what would you need a sweatband for?
You gotta keep your hands dry, dude.
No, you can just wipe it on your headband like this.
No, you gotta keep them dry, and what if you have to dribble a basketball or whatever?
Yeah, what if you're the fit?
Yeah, bud.
Seriously, what were sweatbands for? Is that really it?
Well, partially.
It's a wipe the brow, right?
The headband
brow
keeps the sweat out of your eyes.
Yeah.
Wristbands keeps the sweat off your hands so your hands stay dry. Think about your hands down by your side. You're running around. The sweat's dripping down your arms. It catches it all.
No.
Yeah.
No, seriously, who wears sweatbands? And when they weren't
downhill.
If you are not like what, 8
Ball players
in
wear them
1982 or whatever else, and then
what was that like?
They do that for their brow. They take their hat off and they wipe. That's what ball players wear them for. They take their hat off and wipe the brow. Whew.
No.
You wore those. It just
basketball
matches.
players wear them around the wrist to keep their hands dry.
They probably got paid. Like those are the wristbands are the dumbest things.
You just say that because you sucked at basketball.
Whoa. No.
Wrestlers wanted to be all greasy and slippery.
Like
you guys didn't wear anything except tights.
We didn't wear just tights.
Yes, you did. You wore tights.
We wore the standard issued uniform. Listen,
tights.
Shut up.
Any duct tape?
But if we got now wristbands that have you don't want to have that either.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's what it's for.
Just make the set like Teen
Wolf. Someone on the Facebook line.
It's gonna Teen
tell
Wolf
me
with the shades.
I'm right because I know I am.
Headbands, sweatbands.
Bill Walton wore them. Dr. J wore them.
Aging yourself.
I don't care.
Okay.
Jordan wore one like halfway up his arm.
Sweat, bro.
No, Jordan didn't care about sweat.
Okay. I think the fanny pack is a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah.
The fanny
sunglasses
pack
would be good too.
The fanny pack, the frisbee, sunglasses.
Think about if you're jogging by the Bix at 6, right?
Yeah.
And you just see what are they giving away? It's not water. And then you see that you want to be someone that they can keep running and hold on to it. So if they have a headband, boom, they'll pop that right on. Keep running Bix at 6.
Fanny pack,
fanny pack, put it back on. Sunglasses, boom, right on. They can keep running. They're not going to mess up their time or anything like that. They can get in stride. Or we just say, hey, come on back.
Hit them on the way downhill. This is like the spot right before it goes.
Yeah, but even that, come on back. Hey, you don't have time? Come on back and get some promo.
Just hurry
some
up.
swag.
Yeah, hurry up.
Some swag.
Yeah. Then people be walking around afterward. They don't, you know what they don't do? They don't do the free beer afterwards, the Bix at 6 anymore.
That sucks.
Or the party thing.
Who the what?
There used to be like a party.
Oh, yeah, that was
we
at
tried
that,
to do it down at the starting line. It really didn't.
It was that office furniture place. That guy had a heck of a thing going for the longest time.
But they don't really have that after party stuff anymore.
Yeah, that was when it was. Man, I used to love doing Bits at 6 back then.
Bet you did.
I did.
Heck of a buzz.
I was thinner too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Lobo didn't says top five race swag items, but it's.
Did you know the other day was Donut Day, National Donut Day?
Yeah.
I wasn't here. Probably you talked all about it.
Yeah. Today, actually, it's funny you mention it. Today is National Running Day.
Hey, look at you.
And there's a 5K going on at the friends at the Rust Belt are putting it together. They're
good.
And I think there's a concert afterwards, too. You get in free with the concert after the show. If you want to go do a 5K over there, go ahead. I can't because I'm waiting to see if I have to go to a game tonight.
You could probably.
Did you see that they
still
announced the Father's Day bicycle ride is on despite the flooding? They're going to do it.
Say that again?
There's a Father's Day bike ride.
What's that?
They do it on Father's Day. Dads go out and ride their bike along the river. They're still going to do it. They made alternate routes to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Compensate for the flood.
Well, speaking of
It's
rides,
something local.
Tell me about the. Well, I know it is. Tell me about the Bermuda Triangle bike ride.
Oh, that's coming up, Jay. It's coming up. We're working with the River Benders. It's going to start at Oscar's Pub, and then go from there to Harrington's, from Harrington's to Pints, and then Pints back to Oscar's. Each establishment will give the riders one free drink. You get a T-shirt, and then when you get back to Oscar's, it will be a taco bar for all the riders. It's $25 to get you all that. We're going to register at about 11 o'clock the day of. It's on July the 6th. So we're getting that going. I know I'm meeting with a couple of them. They're kind of come up with the actual course, but you can figure it out. It's going to be along most of the bike paths there in Bettendorf. It's a fun ride, and it's going to be like, first time doing it. The Bermuda Triangle bike ride for fun, just to hang out. And sponsors are our friends from Locals Love Us and 7G with Mick Culture.
This weekend, you've got the Harrington's Pub golf outing.
Yep, Harrington's Pub golf outing out at Byron Hills. Penny was so nice to let us host it out there, and we're all full. So just filled that. We lost a team and then filled a team already this morning. So
Just like that.
Just like that. We had people waiting in line, so we got her filled up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then afterwards, we're going back to Harrington's. Starve Tender is going to be cooking burgers for us.
Yeah.
Burgers provided by our friends at PFG. So yeah. A lot of good stuff going on. A lot of people helping out on this.
Yeah.
Even though half of the regulars at Harrington's are going on a fishing trip, we still filled this thing up. It's crazy.
Wow. Well, at least there's people there.
A lot of people love the HB.
Well, what's not to love?
So, you excited about the...
About the golf?
Yeah.
I am. I get to golf with my wife. And she's been practicing lately.
Uh-oh.
Her and her friend, the Diesel, have been going to practice every Thursday.
Yeah?
Somewhere over in Illinois, over in Moline, I believe.
Is it the golf course that you're playing on?
No. They've been going to this golf course practicing, her and the Dees. Just getting it all worked out, getting all their kinks, working on their swings, working on their short game, Jay.
Here's my question for you.
Okay.
And it kind of comes with starts like last week when, the whole Ric Flair thing. And then our friend Tiffany, who comes on Friday, she was just like,
Ric Flair?
She was just like, how did you get into liking wrestling? Which is the equivalent to, like, I don't know, how do you get into liking Real Housewives of whatever city? Pick it. You watch for the drama and everything.
Marvin's Orange County.
And I was trying to figure out how this goes into sports and how you get into each one. I mean, if you know by certain things that you do in life when you're younger, or certain things that you gravitate toward, you can look as far as psychology and the Oedipus conflict, all right? That's why you like certain things. You like the things that your father likes because of the Oedipus conflict. But how do you get it, like, how did you get into golf? Like, how do you get
me?
into, you. Like, how does one get into golf? It's not, I'm not saying it in like a...
How does one get in the janitorial field?
I'm just saying, like, no. I'm just saying, like, how, it's not like... I don't know, because it just really wasn't big in my family. It's not one, and it's not my.
Well, all
my friends golfed. It just never really. I never.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a hippie, man. He didn't golf.
Yeah.
I had probably liking it back when I first moved here. I had a buddy that was kind of into it, Momo, R.I.P. Momo. He got me going on it, and then I was working at Eastern Iowa Tire. And I was just a lowly warehouse guy, but they had a golf outing every year, and I used to have to help set up the banquet afterwards. And then one day I got promoted to sales, and I got to play in it. So I had to play like with people that actually golf. So I had to figure out how to like be kind of good. So that was pretty much it. Job.
So you had to
job
figure
and
out
a friend.
How long did it take you to figure out to be pretty good?
Oh man, you can ask Ken Otify. I sucked forever. I had the worst slice, like literally the worst slice. I mean, I probably had that thing for a good 3-4 years, finally, till I figured it out. But I used to just aim far left, just to get it go down the fairway.
I'm sorry, I'm not investing 3 or 4 years into this game. I wouldn't. Yeah, that's what's frustrates me.
But I didn't like try. I mean, I tried. I was just trying different things, but eventually, it just all came together. It's losing the baseball swing is the thing.
It's all in the
because you think about your baseball swing, you're more level. Okay, you're coming across like this. With a golf swing, you're a more pendulum style swing. Okay, and it's all about keeping your hands close to your body, bringing in, locking your elbow, Jay.
I don't know how to pendulum swing.
Okay, Cinderella boy here.
Cinderella story.
Former warehouseman.
I don't
now
want
about to become the Quad Cities champion.
I don't want to lose the baseball swing. I don't want to lose that.
Yeah, because you're using it so often.
Well, maybe. You never know when you're going to get the call.
You can't even pitch to your kids anymore.
Well, I've had a shoulder surgery.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. You're old.
I put on
you know what? The golf swing's a natural swing too. It won't hurt your shoulder.
This will be fun.
Your authentic swing.
I'm ready to start up a.
He still thinks he's Kelly Leak. Every time I look over him, he does that.
Look.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I want to get into the. I want to do a slow pitch softball league still in the fall.
You're crazy.
We should do all, but we're doing all
every year. We say we want to do. So you realize
we're not doing co-ed. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not doing it. I'm too old.
Lobo says, I don't know if that was the right explanation for the Oedipus complex. Yes, it actually is. It's just a long way. It's a short version of getting to it. That's all.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we know how you got into softball.
Yeah, it's you just.
I mean, you either played softball or your dad threw you in the river.
Let me tell you a quick story before we go to break. Let me tell you a quick story in Coach's Corner because we have a doubleheader last night. Okay.
What do you got, Coach?
Oh, Coach, what'd you do?
I was fine. I was fine. One girl.
Good Lord.
Man.
It was okay. It was okay because it was a mental mistake on the base running, and you should know better. But that's not my story.
Sure.
My story is me and my buddy Dan and my brother Chip. We coached the team, right? And we all grew up around our dads playing fast pitch softball. So you're down at the East Village, you're down at Lindsay Park, you're playing wiffle ball, you're at the park, you're doing whatever, but you're not bothering your dads during the game. All right? You run around East Village doing whatever. You trying to find spare change to buy Topps baseball cards. I don't know. Anything but bother your father, okay? So my buddy's littlest, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey Jay," and I'm like, "Yeah." And he's in kindergarten. He's like, "I want to get a push-up pop. It's like $2." And I looked down at him and I was like, "Is this for real?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I want to get a push-up pop. I need $2." And I was like, "What?"
They're going for $2 these days?
I don't know what he was going for here. Probably he was finagling. I want to buy one for Ben.
Trying to get an extra $1 off Foster.
So he says, like, I need to get it. And I go, hey, no. Like,
this isn't the time.
Yeah, move on. So he moves right. Do you know when he moves on? Doesn't move. He just raises his voice a little bit to his dad who's down the fence. And Dad, I need money. And finally his dad was like, you need to wait. And then we talked about it later. I was like, can you imagine what our dads would have done? My dad would have said, kid you not, leave now. And I don't want to see you again until they're shaking hands in this field. And you better be here when we're done shaking hands, or else you're going to be in big trouble. So then when you get a little bit older, though, then you get a special pocket. We realize that in your bat bag. It's in the pocket. Bring change. And I'm going to count it. They never counted it, but like, bring change. But you just don't. Oh, man, the things that were different then. Coach's Corner was like how things have changed now. They don't care if you're in the middle of a game. They're going to ask for what they want.
Well, yeah.
I was lucky if my parents were at any of my games, let alone.
Oh, no, these weren't my games.
Oh.
This is my dad's game.
Oh, well.
The same games that he would show up like I
thought maybe he was coaching.
No. He was playing down the East Village.
I got you. Never mind.
Tri-County Fast Pitch League.
Get out of here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Before we go to break, want to take a look at some of the scores last night. Cubbies.
Yeah.
Now in first place.
That's right.
With Milwaukee. Right. They had a win last night over the Rockies. The professor, the man in the yellow hat, Cal Hendricks, is just been dealing lately. Anyway, he was great last night. He went 7 innings pitched. He had 10 Ks, 3 earned runs. For the Cubbies, Javier Baez, 3 for 4 with 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 scored in the 6-3 win. The Minnesota Twins lost to the Indians, more importantly to Shane Bieber. He threw a gem against them. Kansas City Royals lost to the Boston Red Sox 8-3. The Marlins beat the Brewers 16-0. 16-0.
Wow.
Cincinnati Reds beat the St. Louis Cardinals 4-1. And the Chicago White Sox lost 9-5 to the Washington Nationals. Looking at some other things going on here. Today's matchups. We have the Cardinals playing the Reds. That game will be at 7:15. A couple things to look at there. Matt Carpenter and Paul Goldschmidt against Anthony DeScalfini. Matt Carpenter is batting .458 against him with 3 home runs in a career. And Paul Goldschmidt, .533 career hitter against Anthony with 1 home run. Games that start on right now. Chicago White Sox at the Nationals. Minnesota at Cleveland tonight, 6 o'clock. Miami at Milwaukee, 6:40 first pitch.
Colorado and Cubs, 7 o'clock, Boston at Kansas City Royals. Also tonight, Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Big game here. Buddy.
Go Raptors.
There's no, they said Durant's out. They did this morning. Kevon Looney, he has a fractured collarbone, and no report yet on Klay Thompson. He's questionable. I could be wrong as the time we went to air. The importance of this is Game 3, and we're all going to say this, and we can do the talking head thing afterwards, like every game's important. But Game 3 in a 1-1 series so far, and this is when it's tied 1-1, and the series is a 2-2, 1-1-1 like this is. The team that wins Game 3 goes on to win the series 70.7% of the time.
Uh-oh. Go Raptors.
That said, there's a stark difference if you split that even further to look at whether the home or the away team wins. If the home team wins Game 3 to go up 2-1, they go on to win the series 58.9% of the time. However, if the road team steals it, they go on to win 85% of the time.
Oh, go Raptors. Come on, Marvin.
Raptors do this 85% of the time. It's a big Game 3. We're not. There's no doubt
It's
about
huge.
that. It's huge.
No problems in the huge department.
All right. Well, let's go to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. And I think we got an old friend that's going to join us in the studio.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, tonight at 8 o'clock, Van's Pizza Pub and Grill is going to have Bar Wars Trivia, hosted by our very own Nicholas J. Toffanelli. Man just turned 40. He's going to be on fire. As always, Bar Wars Trivia is free to play. You can win some house cash to impress your friends with just how smart you are. You can enjoy $3 burger baskets from 6 to 11, and Wednesday is cup night. $5 for your first cup and $3 you call it refills. You can get any of the Vans food items to go. Just visit vanspizza.net to check out the menu and then call Good to Go Quad Cities at 322-2220 or place your order online at goodtogoqc.com. Grab these specials and more at 3333 North Harrison Street or downtown at 217 Brady. That's Van's Pizza Pub and Grill. Come get served.
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
At Cenex, we love summertime as much as you do. It's the season we wait for all year long, and it's finally arrived. Stop by your local Cenex now and all summer long for your warm weather needs, vacation wants, and everything in between. Fuel and snacks for those road trips. Charcoal and hot dogs for family grill outs. And cool, refreshing beverages to help you beat the heat. Summer love. Powered locally. At Cenex.
Leaks, ruptures, nooks, cranny, crevice, too. You've got those wet basement blues. Call the absolutely dry guy. Call the absolutely dry guy. Put that water back in its place. It's time to reclaim your living space when you call the Absolutely Dry Guy. Or visit us online at absolutely.dryguy.com. This was brought to you by Absolutely Dry Basement Waterproofing.
Hear that? That's the sweet sound of Minute Maid slushies at McDonald's, turning up your summer. Every sip, slurp, and brought to you by 3 refreshingly chill flavors like blue raspberry, fruit punch, and new sweet peach. Only at McDonald's and only for summer. At participating McDonald's for a limited time. Minute Maid is a trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, did you go out for breakfast?
Yup, got a sausage McMuffin with egg from McDonald's, melty cheese, and a buttery English muffin. You?
Cereal. Just dry cereal.
You know, that kinda looks like what we feed the parakeet.
Yeah, that's probably why he's giving me the stink eye.
Good thing I got a McMuffin for you, too.
There's a better way to breakfast.
Come to McDonald's and try a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel, or a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. Price and participation may vary.
Join the conversation. Follow ESPN 93.5 on Facebook and Twitter to never miss a thing from the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
We are back in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. This is Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5, and back in studio after a long vacay, if you will. Former GM of our Quad City River Bandits, Andrew Chesser. Welcome back, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Excited to be here. And
I know.
me and all my Nat friends, I brought them all with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you did not. They've been here, man.
All right,
So have you been down to talk to Jacqueline about her woes, if you will?
I have. It's been, I definitely. So I put in 15 years in minor league baseball. So I started as an unpaid intern in 2004 and ended obviously last year as general manager. And I don't think I've seen a season that's been this much. That's had this many hurdles and struggles is what's going on with her now. Yeah. I mean, it's hard enough. I mean, obviously from somebody that's been there, it's hard enough to be a general manager of a minor league baseball team the first time, even if everything goes perfectly smooth, let alone the uncertainty and all of the new.
And to her credit, too, I mean, it's not like she was completely green going into this.
No, absolutely not.
She's very qualified for the position.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I taught her everything she knows. Yeah, she's great.
Jacqueline, you can call in. But, I mean, to just get throwing this many curveballs, knuckleballs, high heaters, whatever analogy you want to use, it's insane.
It's ridiculous. And it's just, but I have to say, I think she's done an incredible job just rolling with the punches, making the best out of the situation that she can. And, the hard part is so much of this is just unprecedented.
Exactly.
When we just kind of had an incident right at the end of the year last season where the train companies kind of said, hey, we're going to still be able to send trains through and we can't put the bridge up. And now, that's just a common occurrence. And, again, when I was general manager back in my day,
when I was here.
Yeah. That was never an issue. The water got to a certain level, the trains couldn't go, you put the bridge in. And, I remember the ballpark was completely surrounded, I want to say in 2013 for 4th of July. And we still had a crowd of 5,000 people, with the bridge in and everything was fine and hunky dory and we were in great shape. And now, obviously that's not the case, and you kind of got to fly by the seat of your pants and adjust as best that you can.
Right. I think right now they're in the midst of a 3-day quote unquote home trip in Peoria. Homestand down in Peoria. I didn't see how that went. Did you?
They did not win last night.
Okay.
The Peoria, I think, had one of their higher round draft picks. One of their premium prospects came in and had a pretty good game. They lost pretty poorly, but I know what's the magic number is 7 or 8, something like that.
Said yes.
Yep. So
with like 13 to play.
I know
they've
big
had
series.
some great pitching already. Yeah. I mean, the way that we had on the third baseman on here about a week ago,
David Hensley.
Oh, yep.
And I mean, the team's holding together. I mean, obviously, how the minor league teams work. I mean, guys can bounce in and out, but it's still to go through what the players have had to go through, let alone.
It's incredible. I mean, obviously I'm very biased, but watching from afar, just that they've been able to be as successful as they have been without having, they've had 8 home games, 7 home games, full actual home games over the course of the season to basically be a barnstorming team and, be as successful and in the position that they are is pretty incredible. And I mean, that's one of the great things about the Astros. One of the reasons that we have such a great partnership with them is that it seems like no matter what, they send us pretty quality,
That's
pretty
kind of
good
the
players.
thing. I was just going to say that. I mean, whether you're an Astros fan or not, I mean, you have to respect what they're doing with their minor leagues, how they're building their quote-unquote destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, they're set to be a powerhouse for quite some time if they continue the way they're going.
And that was always kind of, at least my philosophy was, obviously, look, realistically, we'd love to be partners with the Cubs or, the Cardinals or the Twins. Mm-hmm. Somebody that has a regional draw. But if you can't do that, let's try and put the best possible product on the field. And that's what the Astros have been phenomenal at doing with us. And
well, if we don't have the Astros, maybe we don't get Jacqueline. That's the thing.
That's a good point.
And we lose out on getting someone of that quality here in the Quad Cities.
And then you just have a scarecrow sitting in the office.
She's not just following around the Houston Astros. You realize that, right? She's a.
I understand, but she's an. I mean, she was from there. That's part of the reason she came here.
Even if they didn't sign with the Astros, she would still be.
She'd still be here. She'd still be here.
We'll just say that.
I mean, it's like you haven't paid attention to any conversations.
We're going to need some fact checking.
I'm just trying to help her out. This damn JJ Watt really screwed her over. And all right, you guys just call.
That's a bad word in this office.
So so what have you been doing,
man? So when I left, I knew I wanted to take about 6 months off of time just to kind of clear my head and before I jumped into another job, figure out exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I love baseball, but I knew the grind of it, which is easy to speak after the conversation we just had of 100-hour weeks, uncertainty of weather, flooding, things like that. I knew I probably didn't want to continue doing 100-hour weeks and worrying about that stuff, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I've taken 6 months. I've hit, I think, 24 states, 2 countries. I spent, when I left here, I spent a month in Vermont, did snowboarding for about a month. My brother works at a mountain up there. So woke up, went to the gym, snowboarded every day, and just enjoyed the winter up there. Went down to Virginia for about a month with my college roommate, went on hikes every day, went camping. My parents lived down in Florida. That was a fun one. My routine, I'd go to the gym in the morning, wake up, and, then play golf with my dad and eat lunch with my mom at Panera Bread every morning and, play golf with my dad every day and just kind of enjoyed and reconnect with family. I spent about a month in Martinique, which is a tropical island down in the Caribbean with my nieces and my sister, just exploring and working on my French, which is still Pall Mall, I might say.
Don't even know what that means. Sounds like a cigarette.
Je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas.
Yeah.
So, I've tried to really just kind of experience life. I have to say, I think the highlight was my number one bucket list item was to go to the Super Bowl. So I did end up going to the Super Bowl this year. And I'm going to alienate 99.9% of your listeners because I'm a obsessive diehard New England Patriots fan.
I won't hold it against you. I just, right now, Jay, I kind of wish I was Andrew Chesser. If I was going to be anybody else in the world other than me.
Well, you don't wish you were my bank account right now. So unemployed for 6 months.
But it's nice that you had it built up enough to do all that.
Yeah. So the Super Bowl was a great experience. I was in the highest row possible, but, it didn't matter. I was in the building. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Saw 2 rocket launches, one a SpaceX launch down while I was in Florida, which was an awesome experience.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to experience life, and I love baseball, and I don't regret anything I did at all. But when you work all summer long, you kind of miss out on a lot of things. So I'm really looking forward to having my first 4th of July off in 15 years. We're going on a boat or just doing kind of fun stuff in the summer. That I haven't been able to do before.
Not pulling a tarp in general.
Yeah, that's
he misses it.
Yeah,
they're gonna have you down there next when you're in town next. They're gonna have you help pull.
I actually pulled tarp last time I was here. They did. I think I was here right before opening day.
See,
and they were doing their tarp orientation, so I went down there and I didn't say a word. I didn't. It's not my show anymore. It's Jacqueline's show. I just was a helper and. But I got to pull tarp one more time. So
tarp orientation.
Yeah.
See, these are the things I want to be in on. These little meetings.
It's serious stuff. If you grab the wrong fold,
I'm sure Jacqueline will let you go down there and help out as long as you didn't run your mouth too much.
This is the investigative stuff I need to do for our blogs here, not just write stuff like.
That'd be a good blog.
Yeah, that would be a good one. How to fold? Have you ever wondered how to do the tarp?
I'll give you a list of minor league baseball related things. I think we can get a lot of 93.5 blog posts.
Dude, I think you need to spend some time cooking the hot dogs too.
I don't want to do that.
I want to see how good your dog is.
That'll be like.
I want to see what skills you got.
No, because then it'll turn into this expose like Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, and I don't want to do that.
Have you ever
wrapped
Undercover Boss 6,000 hot dogs starting at 5 a.m. for an 11 a.m. reading program day game before?
No.
I'm just going to tell you this. Remember when one of the first times we went to the stadium?
Did that today with burritos, though. What?
First time we went to the stadium when we were still a podcast.
Yeah.
Chester brought us dogs.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he did to those dogs, but that is the best dog I've ever had in my life.
That's true. It was a really good dog.
So, I just want to see if you're on the scale with Chester.
Tell you,
I got a good dog.
So, other...
Did you know Jay's a doggy dad?
No, just stop. I'm not... Okay, just stop. First off, stop doing this, because you're going to make people upset with me, and I don't know where people fall on this. You have a dog, Andrew.
I do, yes.
Do you call him your fur baby? Do you call him a dog? I'm
the sappiest little person ever.
So you're a dog daddy, right?
I love my pup dog.
Dog comes, you come...
Yep.
Dad.
Oh, no, I'm excited. I just walked him right before I got out here. We walked all around downtown.
CJ?
Do you guys want to hear the joke my dad says about unconditional love?
Yes.
Do you want to know what unconditional love looks like? Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, yes. I'm all ears.
Okay. Take your dog, put it in the trunk of your car, drive around for 30 minutes, do the same thing with your wife. Whichever one comes out and is happy to see you, that's unconditional love.
Totally true. Totally true.
From the mouth of babes.
It's
your dad's divorced.
Yeah. It is the absolute truth, though.
Well.
Anyway.
I think you do that with any one of your friends, you're going to have problems too, Jay. I don't think it's just your
I
wife.
don't think so about that. But, all right, the other thing, I don't know if you mentioned it, you went off the grid.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. I had about 2.5 weeks to kill. And I don't know, you guys have probably seen all those memes out there where it's like a picture of a cabin and it says, could you spend 30 days in this cabin without internet, without cable, without power, and get $1 million, you know? And I was always like, no, I'm addicted to my phone just like everybody else. But I had about 2.5 weeks to kill and I decided, let's give this a try. So yeah, at this point last week, I was in a cabin in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, about 8 hours north of here. So I was about 30 minutes from the Canadian border, Sault Ste. Pierre. I think. I didn't have power. I didn't have running water. There was a well pump about 50 yards from the house. Yep, that I would go.
That
and
tastes
get.
so good, didn't it?
It did. Though I was really worried because my friend was like, "Yeah, you might have an upset stomach for like the first couple days while your stomach gets used to the different bacteria in that well." Thankfully, I didn't have any issues. But there was an outhouse, it was. I'm glad I did it. I have no desire to do it again. That's for sure. It was pretty interesting just to kind of it was just me and my dog, and it was a 1-room cabin that had a wood fire stove in the middle of it. I had a couple solar lamps, so I was able to, have a little bit of light during the day, but I crushed through about 3 books. I made 3 puzzles. I built a model airplane. I did a bunch of crossword puzzles. I took a ton of hikes. I ended up doing a couple day trips. I was about 40 miles.
Were you scared of bears?
I had a cabin, so I didn't go too far.
Wildcats.
Dude, they saw a mountain lion in the Quad Cities the other day.
Well, I'm glad I know that now.
I don't know if that's true.
It is totally true. They saw it on the camera.
I don't know if that's true.
Jay, it was true.
You can. All right.
It's a mountain lion.
I only believe it if it's on done right security cameras.
It might have been a done right security camera for all we know.
I'm a company man.
There you go.
You certainly are.
So you did all that, you crushed it, and then all right.
Now I'm
I
coming
did
back
it.
to yeah. So it was a lot of fun. But like I said, I have a new appreciation for hot water. That first shower, and I had a gravity shower when I was there, so I don't want to sound like I was too much of a skis ball. But I was able to relatively stay clean. But yeah, that first shower with unlimited hot water. When I got back and visited a friend in Appleton was the best of my life. Like I was so ready. Just being able, I think I went to Five Guys and ate a double cheeseburger with French fries because I was so tired of, camp. I mean, I like campfire meals, but it's just nice to.
Yeah. How did you keep everything that you ate? You brought a big cooler?
I had a cooler, and apparently blocks of ice work a lot better than cubed ice. So I was able to do that. But for the most part, I lived off of, non-refrigerated stuff. I would do oatmeal in the morning. I have kind of like a meal replacement shake for lunch. I brought a lot of snacks, apples and bananas for the first week were okay. And then I did venture out about halfway through, go back to the grocery store, get a little bit more ice, and
you didn't try to kill rabbits or anything?
No, I would have failed miserably.
Jay could kill a rabbit.
I can only kill a rabbit with my car unintentionally.
We had a dog. You could have went hunting.
I'll be excited when Rowdy catches a rabbit. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the first things in the morning.
Awesome.
He's looking for in the morning.
Last time I was anywhere close to being off the grid like that, I was sleeping in a hole in the middle of a desert.
That was kind of forced. That was a forced situation.
Forced situation. I didn't. Yeah, it sucked too. And when I got back to somewhere I could have a McDonald's, I was so happy.
So you're only in the Quad Cities till tomorrow, right?
So yeah, I'm flying actually. So my final plan is, I didn't know I still don't know what I want to do, but I kind of have an idea of where I want to be. So I am moving to San Diego.
You are?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, officially.
Super.
Okay.
So and it was really difficult. I kind of had it narrowed down. I'd been in the Quad Cities 8 years and I loved it. I love the people here. I love everything. The winters just killed me.
What's your dog?
I couldn't do -20.
Nope.
I missed polar vortex this winter, which I think would have probably gotten me out there earlier. I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I didn't miss anything.
It sucked. It was terrible.
So I kind of narrowed it down between 3 locations: Nashville, St. Pete, Florida, and then San Diego. Did Nashville for a bachelor party last year. I've been there 2 or 3 times. Just didn't stick with me. St. Pete, I went down there. That was beautiful, but my parents live right by, which actually was the reason. As much as I would love to be close to them, I realized if I moved there, I'd probably never move away. And if I wanted to do San Diego, this was my only opportunity to do it. So I fly out there this weekend, actually, to apartment hunt. And then hopefully I'll be official California resident starting around the first week in July. So,
do you have something lined up that you can talk about?
Nothing whatsoever. I've applied to one job, and it was a job with Comic-Con because that sounded really cool.
That's really good call. Anything, just take anything.
Dude, if you get Comic-Con, did you get it or you don't know yet?
No, it was like I haven't heard anything. It's been about 2 weeks, so they probably don't like me.
No, it's a long hiring process. I'll call somebody.
You can vouch for me. You'll call Superman or
I would call
Guardians of the
Stan Lee, but
Galaxy?
he's dead.
Or,
Yeah.
that's fair.
That'd be a really cool gig. Just even as much as scan tickets as we get people in
there.
You know
what would you dress up as?
You know, I used to live out there.
I did not know that.
So I was stationed in the Marine Corps out there. Pendleton, San Diego area.
How happy.
Dude, you're going to love it.
I visited
the
about
food
half
is
a dozen
so
times.
good out there,
Every time I go, it's paradise. It's 75 and sunny. I've got a couple really close friends that live out there, and honestly, their Snapchats are like the greatest tourism.
Do you like burritos?
I mean, come on.
Dude, the carne asada burrito, you got to go to Alberto's. I'd say this. Alberto's. Carne asada burrito, guac, cheese, sour cream, and pico de gallo. That's all you need.
I'm in.
Let's go to a quick break, and Andrew will help us with our promotional items that we have for Bix at 6 because he's good at
smarter
promotions.
than us, yeah. All right, if you want the latest in TV and security technology, but you don't know where to start, you need to call Dunright TV and Security Solutions, your Dish Premier local retailer today. They'll take the guesswork out of choosing the latest in smart home technology with your budget in mind. Dish has been a leader in technology for years, and the Hopper Smart HD DVR interacts with your smart speaker to change channels, pause, and fast forward with just the sound of your voice. When you sign up today, you're going to receive a Nest doorbell system free, courtesy of our friends at Dunright. Call 866-84-RIGHT today and let Dunright provide local professional installation with personal service that's trusted by thousands of businesses and homeowners in the Quad Cities. Restrictions apply and requires an internet-connected Hopper. That's Dunright TV and Security, 866-84-RIGHT.
This is Julian Vandervelde, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
ESPN 93.5 wants you to be an insider. Access great contests and giveaways and be in the know at ESPN935.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged, and ESPN Quad Cities. From local to global, ESPN 93.5 has you covered with your Quad Cities sports talk show. It's Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Talk sports with your favorite foursome, T-Roy, Jay-Bird, Serge, and you. Weekdays from noon to 2 on ESPN 93.5.
ESPN 93.5 is the Quad Cities sports leader and home of your local sports show, Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Listen for a chance to win everything from tickets to free food. Every time you win and pick up your prize at the ESPN 93.5 Pepsi ticket window, we'll give you a Pepsi for the road as well. It's like winning twice. Get more chances to win by downloading the ESPN 93.5 app or going to ESPN935.com. From the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
From the first pitch to the last out, you'll hear every inning of Chicago Cubs baseball on ESPN 93.5.
He's at the warning track. It's at the wall. Solo.
Presented by Frick's Tap, Glens Creek Golf Course, G&G Retailers, Augustana College Athletic Department, Sexton Ford, American Family Insurance, Adam Rattler Agency.
Game over. Cubs win.
The Chicago Cubs are on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
Sports and beer. Enjoy both at lunch. Don't hassle us. We're local. Noon to 2 on the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
All right, everybody, we are back here in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us Local on ESPN 93.5, and we're still live in studio with Andrew Chesser, and we're talking promotional items.
Yeah, because the Bix at 6 is starting for us around here, right?
When's the first day?
A week from Thursday.
Ooh, I might run that.
What? What do you mean? You're not going to be... Oh, you'll be back from
CNF? Well, no, but I won't be able to run the Bix, but I might be able to do a Bix at 6. I ran it the last 2 years. Speaking of Jacqueline, she beat me the first year.
Okay.
She's very proud of that. She beat me by about a minute. And then last year I beat her, despite the fact that she stayed at the ballpark doing laundry until about 3:30 in the morning that night before, but I still smoked her. So
there's no excuses. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You do that. Let me tell you, you've ran the Bix. I've run the Bix in some of the dumbest and weirdest stories possible. My very first one, I can't even tell you the year. It's probably 15 years ago or whatever else. All right.
You've always set some pretty good times, right?
Yes, always. So it was actually more than 15 years ago. I was at my friend I know I've told the story before. I was at my friend Brooke Jennings' father's pool, and it was the Friday before, and we were talking about the Bics, and he would tell stories about how he's always signed up, but he never made it, this and that. And his buddies always gave him a hard time, and I told him, all you got to do is suck it up and just show up. It's not that hard to do, and we were just jawing back and forth. I'm not being disrespectful to him or anything, but he was just like, he said something about you. I think at the time I said I could run a sub 60 tomorrow without any training. It's not hard to do. And he's like, there's no way you can run a sub 60. And I was like, yes, I can run a sub 60. Yeah, I can do it. And he said, fine. He goes, I'll bet you a 12-pack you can't run a sub 60. And I said, fine. And I'll bet you another 12-pack you just made a dumb bet. So make it an even case. And on top of it, if you want to see it, look under your name because I'm running under your name in the Bics. And I left, went downtown, signed up for the Bics, and I ran the sub 60 the next day. So he's got it framed.
Under his name.
Under his name, yeah. So, and he always and then he went back to like his older buddies who always said like, oh, you can't run it. He could show like Gary Jennings ran it. I just said Gary's name. Now, the other times I've run it, I've always run it, usually ran under aliases. I ran under, obviously, Gary Jennings, Tom Gator Toes, Joey Cupcake. I can't remember another one, but I always ran under aliases. I don't know why. And then
it's so weird.
That is a very strange
thing to do. I don't know. And then the other one, good story.
People are tracking me, dude.
The other good story is when I lived with my buddy, and I wanted to run a sub 60, and I just had surgery the previous fall. And it was to remove a tumor from my leg, and I wanted to run the sub 60. I was like, I want to run sub 60. Again, no Bics at 6 training or anything like that, but my favorite part of the story was when I was younger, we would get a little rowdy, right? So we were out late the night before, and it's very, very late.
Wait a minute, when you were younger?
Yes, it's very late in the wee hours of the morning, meaning like the race is coming about the same time Jacqueline's doing laundry. The only difference is I was still on the patio and decided that vodka Gatorade was the only thing left, and I needed Gatorade in me. And as I was like intoxicated and listening to Ricky Nelson's Garden Party, my buddy came out.
Wouldn't?
Yeah, my buddy came out and just like gave me a nice little kick in the back and said, "Garden Party's over. Let's go. We're gonna have to race in about 2 hours." So had to turn it off. We had to park so far away. We parked Davenport Central. We had to run down the hill. We basically had to run a mile just to get there on time. And then run the sub 60 and then partied afterwards. It was a long day. I did throw up after the race.
Did you go sub 60?
Yes.
Hats off to you.
And then after that, I did quick Bixes. And then finally, when I became older and had a child, I put Soph on the front of me. And also, when she got a little backpacked and now she walks it, we've done the quick Bix every year of her life. So this will be her 10th. This will be her 10th quick Bix this year.
Does she get a pin or a medal for
Yeah.
it? That's sick.
So she's done one every year. And then, I always look forward to when she's going to be like 14 and she says she wants to skip it because she wants to hang out with her best friend Emily or whoever we would name her. And then I act like I don't want to cry. I'm going to cry and say, whatever, fine.
And there's no underage drinking around that route, I don't believe. So
No,
I think you'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fine.
But I've done that. So the family does. And eventually, I think I'm going to try to get her into jogging the Bix. But it's a great event. It's a huge event. So
it's fun. I mean, I did it
back
when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever try it again?
First time I did it, I think it was 31.
I know I lost a bet once for money. I had money. I said money was going to run something, and he didn't break it.
Yeah, he was going to try to beat my time.
What was yours?
I think my best time was 67 minutes.
Yeah, I had him, and I was like, "You can." I think they even gave him to 70, and I was like, "You can do 10-minute miles."
Yeah, he couldn't do it.
He didn't do it.
He's got short little legs.
I have short legs.
That's about what I come in at. I'm right around 70 minutes, I think.
When I was training in I mean, up until about the 5 mile mark, I could maintain a pretty good 8-minute mile back when I was running a lot. But then, I mean, those hills on the day of,
there's just hills coming back are so sneaky.
And I was training a lot like at night, so I felt like I was like training like at 5 o'clock at night. I ran better then than I did in the morning. It was so weird. I don't know why, but yeah. Like so after that 5 minute, I slowed down a lot. Like it was like. It got to me a few times.
My biggest fear is falling down the Bix Hill coming back. That's
because your legs are just jello at that point.
That's my biggest fear, and you just fight it, and you just do this tumble, and then you just don't really give up. You just let go of everything. You just keep tumbling down. That's the way I envision it.
They got so many nurses and doctors, at triage, right at the end there.
I fall asleep and scraping my knees. Like my 3-year-old, she's been doing it. Like lately, I mean, she literally had
knees
Band-Aids on
everywhere.
both elbows and both knees, and I'm like, oh, I hate that. I know it hurts bad. Ooh.
Though I always got a kick out of the final party in the parking lot of the Times. They say it's for finishers only.
Yeah.
So like if I
Yeah, if
fall
you're
down the
finishing
hill and I
beer.
don't finish, like am I not allowed in?
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
allowed in.
I don't know. I've always felt that was very difficult. But that's my favorite part. The Chick-fil-A at the end, a couple Mich
Yeah.
Ultras.
Well,
and then I take a
it was
nap.
always get the popsicle
Mm-hmm.
and then go get the beer. That's a good thing about the quick Bix. You get done, you're the first in line, and you wait for your buddies to come down and see how annoyed they are with doing it. So, but yeah,
It's fun times.
we just made it sound real fun. But yeah.
I'm telling you,
Falling
man.
down hills.
If you live in the Quad Cities and you are physically able to, I mean, obviously there's some people that can't do it for whatever reasons, but if you're physically able to, you need to run the Bix at some point. Just do it. Just run up the hill, just to say you did it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the thing. Everybody thinks, "Oh, that hill! You're so pumped."
My
going up that hill."
adrenaline. The first time I did it, I was
Yeah.
terrified because I hadn't done quick Bixes, but I'd run up the hill a couple times before, and I've only done the Bix twice, so this is relatively recently. I don't even remember the hill in the beginning. Like my adrenaline
Yeah.
was so, and you're weaving through
Oh,
people, and
it's
it's. My
and you
first
wonder
mile
where
was
all
like
these
8
walkers
minutes,
come
which is
from.
fast for me.
Like
Yeah.
I lie about my time, so I'm like, I'm an elite runner, so that way I can be up ahead of the walkers, and all of a sudden they're just out of nowhere.
It took me 2 years to learn that. I would have done that this year. I would have told, because I was honest about my times and what it
Yeah.
would take me before, and now I'm like,
Like, where do you walkers come from? I
like-
get so upset with them.
I'm gonna lie and say I was
When
born
they're
in
in front of
Kenya,
Yeah, like how did you get in front of me? Quit walking.
and they're walking faster than my run. That's the
It's
worst.
not even that. They're just walking.
They want to be in the. I don't know why they want to be ahead. There's a walkers thing set up. So we have the Bix at 6, and we're talking about doing promotional items here for Don't Hassle Us for Local on ESPN
Okay.
93.5.
Are you going to broadcast live from the Bix at 6?
And we'll do something. We should, right? They run right past you.
I would think so.
So I mean,
You guys, I think
it's at 6. I mean,
Andy was giving out donuts last year. I think they were giving out donuts right outside of the.
that's not what we want to
the
do.
Rock
No,
Palace.
that's
I'm
at,
not
not-
saying
but no,
donuts.
that's at.
Bananas.
That was in the morning, though.
Oh,
I think
I gotcha.
they had a big party, and then they had people afterwards. I'm talking the Bix at 6 on Thursday nights, because we want people to wear our gear on the actual Bix. So, headbands, sweatbands. We think
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
that's a must. But
Absolutely.
we want the old school ones.
You know what? I think we
that
need to
look cool.
get hold of whoever the 3 favorite guys are to win this.
Oh, we need to. Well, we had
The
on
Kenyans?
last
Yeah.
year. No.
I mean,
the person
or
who
whoever
win,
it
the
is.
person who got the head start. We had him on last year on the podcast. We had him on. Remember? He was just
Yeah, I hear what you're
So
saying.
we need to get him geared up in swag, because that's all eyes are going to be on him. We got to get Hassle gear on whoever the person he or she is.
Towed up from the flow up.
There you go. In
Yeah,
studio, we'll
that's-
have him in here, and then they'll walk out there.
That's
so.
my favorite part. Is usually I'm at about 1.5 miles, and they've already made the turn, and they're coming back at me, and just seeing him or her crushing it, and with a lead, it's pretty.
Well, I'm always
exciting.
amazed at the actual leaders, and they're like in a dead sprint. Oh, yeah, we just sprinted 7 miles. That makes
Can
you
we go
wanna-
back to the promotional
Sorry,
items stuff?
promotional.
Oh, sorry.
Headbands. I love it.
I like headbands. I don't have a running headband, and I sweat a lot, especially on that. I think it'd be perfect.
Okay, just the thing is and
What about wristbands?
Are headbands big enough to display your beautiful logo?
No,
Oh, yeah.
all right. So, and I've talked to Nathan Joyce here. He said he was talking about, make sure it's something that they'll want to wear, not just throwaway items. So we want the headband to be still it's sweat resistant, but we're not going to get into that Under Armour gear or whatever else. It's got to be cost effective. These giveaways, right?
What if they're really cool headbands that are like almost look like a entire like Under Armour piece of thing that covers your
Like a
whole
full
head?
skull cover?
Yeah, like
or-
a skull cap kind of.
No,
Those kind that tie in the back.
no, we're not doing that
Why not?
because it's a headband.
Oh.
We like fanny pack idea.
Fanny pack is good because I always struggle with I want to have my phone with me, so I have an armband.
Yeah, I was thinking about the armband too.
Yeah.
That
But
was
that
was
probably
coming
gets
up.
a little pricey.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Basically, I run the first year I ran with the Bix. I had my armband, my Bluetooth headphones, and then I had a little water bottle with me.
Yeah.
I realized there's because that's when I run normally. Now there's so many water stations I didn't need to bring that
Yeah.
near too. But I always kind of panic when I stick the key to my apartment in my armband. So something lightweight and fanny pack.
We need to
might be
partner
nice.
with an advertising promotional group that will eat some of the cost of the armband.
A guru, if you will.
Yeah.
Armband would be good. Fanny pack.
Ideal.
What else did we say? Sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
A lot of people do wear sunglasses. I mean, some people do wear those running caps too, but I don't know if you could get the sweat wicking material for.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The running, the things that the ones that they gave away at the color run. That you can wear
caps.
here.
Yep.
The things that you could do here.
They're like gator.
Or
like
you can make them into headbands. You do all kinds of things.
Dip
Color
them in
run gave them away.
cold water, and they come around your neck.
I know the people who did that. I need to get a hold of Christy.
Look at him.
Fade over there about that.
There you go.
There's something to give away. We got to figure out our budget. We got giveaways to do here.
Here's a little bucks in my wallet.
Yeah. What else is good for promotional race giveaway?
Can we trade? Can we trade away? I got a hook hanging here I stole from Bill Stage. Can we trade that away?
What?
He still hasn't got that hook back.
Oh, the barter system.
That's tough. I don't really. I know for me personally, running. I want as little on me as possible. But I think a sweatband would be good. Something something to kind of manage.
It's stylish. It looks good. It's a throwback.
Yeah.
It's a tri-stripe. They have a red, white, and blue one and a black, white, and yellow one.
Yep.
It'll look good. And then I know what like you said, the key. Like if you have the armband, you want to have a little spot to put your key, whatever else, because you got to have those in there. I don't know what else. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I wonder if there's like a. Yeah, we got to get what's promotional. It's one of those things that cover your AirPod thing.
Oh yeah, AirPod case or
yeah. I'm telling you.
That's
I'm with you, partner. You don't have to yell at me.
We got to do something on Thursday nights here and bring the kids out. Let them shoot squirt guns at the runners.
What if we partnered up with one of the local meat providers and grilled some brats? Like an after Big Six party.
This is what we do. This makes all the sense in the world.
Because they don't do the Big Six party anymore. We need to have it here.
Do they run back during Big Six?
I think they're
towards you, or they're gonna. Or
yeah,
is it
they
gonna be
come
on
back
Pershing
down.
or Iowa?
So instead of just like
sometimes they don't do Brady. They do like
need to
Pershing
tell them like, hey,
or
park
Iowa.
up here, walk down, and come back up afterwards.
You got a good sized parking lot.
Yeah, for a little meet and greet type of thing. We gotta get on.
Yeah, come on. Hey, advertising people, get us a brat sponsor.
All right, so let's get into are you following into the NBA?
So it's interesting. I don't know anything about basketball.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I'm 6'4", but I want to. So last time I was in Boston with my brother, we sat down and watched the Celtics playoff game, and he explained all the rules to me and everything, so that I could get a little bit more basketball knowledge. So now I have been following. I think obviously I want Toronto to win just because I'm pulling for the underdog a little bit, even though I'm a Patriots fan, but a little bit more closer on the hockey side of things because go Bruins. But
go Bruins. All right.
I know it's unpopular opinion.
And then obviously the Astros were the team that were down here, but in the end, Boston is your team.
Yes.
You play that for the hockey, the Bruins. So you just say you're pulling for the Bruins? Or?
I am pulling for the Bruins. Yeah, I actually went
that's
to
not the song.
No, this is not.
Oh, do you want to hear the other song?
Yeah. This is the blues song.
Do you know the Bruins song?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, go just to the right of Gloria. Right, you see where Gloria is on your board? Hit that
right
board. Yeah.
When the Red Sox won in 2004.
No, you gotta click Gloria first. She's learning the board here. There you go. Now turn it up.
Oh yeah, the Standellas.
See, hold on, you've never heard this.
I really want to sing right now, but nobody listening wants to hear me sing.
Down by the river.
Down by the banks of the river, Charles. Oh, it's such a good song. When the Red Sox won it in 2004, I listened to two songs on repeat. Tessie by the Dropkick Murphys and that song just basically for like a week straight when the Red Sox won the first World
That
Series.
sounds like a pretty good song.
It's in the top 500 most influential rock songs.
I think one hit wonder too. I don't think they ever had anything. I think it's a one hit wonder in one city in America too.
Yeah, it was adopted in 1991 as the song for the Bruins, and then the Red Sox picked it up in '97. So we had a big whole thing. Which team had the better celebration song?
So I am very partial to obviously anything Boston.
Yeah.
But is it Gloria or Glory?
Gloria.
It's a pretty good song too. It's pretty catchy.
It's a toe tapper.
It is a toe tapper. I don't know what it has to do with St. Louis. I know the Standell is obviously it's about Boston. They're from Boston.
All it was two hockey guys from the Blues were in Philadelphia watching the playoff game, the Bears versus Philadelphia, and I have the paperwork. I think I threw it away, but they were at this bar in Philadelphia, and they kept yelling, screaming, "Play Gloria," and the DJ kept doing it, and everyone was going crazy. So they're like, "Hey, we need
this is our victory
we need
song.
we need to get the song going." And they won the next game, and they played it in the locker room, and then it just picked up, and then after they won the Western Conference Final, a station played it for 24 hours straight down there. So now it's
How
Gloria.
long ago was this?
This year. It's brand new.
Yeah, oh, come on. I mean, that song's been played in Boston at least since... I was going to say, in
it
late
came out in
90s.
67, I believe, the song.
I think the best that song's ever been used is in Wolf of Wall Street when they rescue him from sinking in the Mediterranean and they're on the Italian lifeguard
there
boat.
are legitimate arguments over this, all right? Gloria is a remake.
Margot Robbie's
really
dancing.
Oh, I did not know
Yes,
that
it
either.
was
yeah.
It was an
Boston,
Italian
hands down.
song, and then when they tried to remake it, it was originally going to be Mario. And then they changed the whole premise of it, and then it became this woman who's going a little bit too faster than she should. Is she, going for the
Well,
Mr.
the
Right
Italian
or the
version
Mr.
they
Right
play
now?
in the movie, they're saying Gloria.
It does say Gloria in that one, but it's about a woman it's a figment of this man's imagination. He hates his day, and he actually dreams about her at night. That's his escape. Is the Gloria? That's a whole Italian thing.
So we should change it to Marvin.
Yeah, that's what it is. But then she tweaked the lyrics or whatever else. But originally they tried to make it the exact same song into English. It didn't work out that way as Mario, and then they went back to Gloria. But the whole premise is different.
And now it's going to fade away in St. Louis in 8 months, and nobody's going to remember it.
Yeah.
And the song will still be played in Boston every day after every Red Sox win and every Bruins win. I mean, this song has staying power. I think you've made all the arguments.
It's got
for it.
history involved in it. There are actual colleges around the area
Mm-hmm.
that had curfews at midnight for Boston. About the Boston Strangler. It's a true life experience. It's based on running into a mugger. One of the
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most flattering
No,
song
it's
for
not,
Boston.
not at all,
I was
no.
always kind of curious as to why they chose that one, but hey, sometimes you can't stop.
You never know
progress.
what's going to happen.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, San Diego. So are you going to become? You're still gonna be the Patriots fan. You're not gonna become a Chargers fan. You're not
I
gonna
don't know
become a
how I'm
Padres
going
fan.
to feel about 10 a.m. steak and eggs and football and kickoff.
You'll get used to that.
I don't know.
Love it, too.
You'll just hate the London games. That's all.
It'll just be like you're going to be at some bar. It's going to have all garage doors that open up to the beautiful street, people, or a beach or something like that.
Mhm.
You're going to be sitting there and you're going to be like, "Hey, can I get the Pats on?" They're going to be like, "That Pats are get out of here."
Well, it's not like they have a team anymore anyway. So.
No, but you'll get yelled at a little bit.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you'll put your
absolutely.
team
I'm used to
on.
that
It's
at
a
this
melting
point.
pot. You'll have your thing. You'll find a spot where some other Patriots fans are at. You guys will hang out. It's Sand Dog, baby. You do it up in Mission Beach, man.
Sand Dog, baby.
If it's still open, you got to go to Kahuna's.
I've never heard anybody else call it Sand Dog, though.
Oh, it's Sand Dog.
It's Sand Dog? Okay, I'm getting
You're
my terminology.
Darn Skippy, it's Sand Dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go
Yeah.
to Mission Beach. There's a place called Kahuna's.
Kahuna's?
If it's still open.
What was the Mexican place? Albert's?
Alberto's.
I got to work on my
Carne
Spanish.
asada burrito.
Carne?
With guac, cheese, sour cream, and pico de gallo.
Was guac extra?
I don't
He
think so.
mentions
This isn't one of these joints.
He mentions
around
this
here.
place once a week. He really
I'm
does.
going to find a way to freeze dry it and send it back to you guys just so you
Dude.
can have some.
Oh, it would be the best thing.
I'll call in live to the show when I'm there at lunch.
Just call. I can just eat it over the air to me.
No.
Yes.
No one wants to listen to that.
Yes, they do. I do.
Chew of the tortilla.
Is that AMS
And I'm
stuff?
right. And if I'm answering the phone and it's Chester, I will turn it up louder.
The people of the Quad Cities
We're
are going
open
to hear
to
me
Monday,
sing
folks.
and eat a burrito
There you
now.
go.
On
So,
air.
did you, Jacqueline? She doesn't have to travel down there to Peoria, does she?
She is.
Oh,
I
so
know
you-
she was there last night.
When did you come back?
I got in Tuesday.
So you've been able to see
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Okay.
So I got in Tuesday, and I was actually really bummed because I wanted to come, and my plan was to go to every River Bandits game while I was here. I really want to see some of our fans, all of that, and obviously with the games being relocated, I haven't really had that opportunity. So, but
you came to see us, so
no,
makes up for
exactly,
it.
priorities. But I am coming back next week, so
That's right.
I'll be at the games next week. So I'm really excited to be able to catch up. And I'm a super nerd. I mean, I love just seeing the ballpark, seeing the accomplishments they've done, the improvements that have been made since I've been gone. That's kind of one of my favorite things to do is just walk the ballpark and check out everything. So I was able to walk around on Tuesday and just see a few of the things. And
Is there
it's just nice to
anybody
be
that
back.
like saw you walking around and didn't know that you were gone, who were like, "Hey, Andrew, bathroom 4 is broke, man."
It was funny, actually.
The soap in the men's restroom.
That's so true, too.
Mike, one of the photogs for WHBF Channel 4, posted on my Facebook page. It was my birthday a little while ago, and he said, "I'm not going to name names, but somebody in our news department just tried to call you about a story that they had, not realizing you were not with the team anymore." So, it's still out there. They've still got some confused looks.
That is so true, though.
I'm going to have to show up in, cut-off jorts and, a tank top just to make people realize I'm not working here
Chester,
anymore.
Wendy didn't show up today to run the Friars. What are we going to do?
No, I'll happily jump on. You'll probably see me behind a camera or something.
So are you... It's hard to keep track of all the social media stuff that goes on. You're on Snapchat.
Yes.
I have no idea what Wallpaper Wednesday is, but this is the thing that's trending right now.
Okay.
So
yeah. Well, wallpaper is like stuff that's
on your phone. On Twitter?
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
Yeah, he's a twit.
Hey, so I was like, who's the person? I gotta see what's going on with the Bandits.
New phone Wallpaper Wednesdays.
We gotta get it's Kaylee. She's coming in to visit us next week.
Okay.
Who's this?
She's in charge
Community
of
relations, social media, fan engagement.
From the Bandits?
Yeah, the Bandits need to have their wallpaper up. It's Wallpaper Wednesday. Never heard of it
I would imagine she's pretty good. She's going to be on it. If it's not up yet, she'll have it up there.
All right.
Because it's just one of those things. We stumbled across this young lady named Jessica. She was in town visiting Peoria. This Emily, this young lady, and she's, because they work with the Cardinals and she knows a lot about minor league, she's going to kind of give us the Cardinals affiliate. But now we want, obviously, Kaylee, because we want to get the social media aspect of the River Band as well. And she did a great job with the Snapchat glasses.
Oh, so, that's been fun. I saw Hensley was wearing those in the dugout, and yeah, that's been a lot of fun. She was brought her on last year, and I know she's gotten some fun toys. She got a gimbal, some Snap spectacles or whatever they're called. So it's been kind of fun to watch their development on social media the past year. They've really done a good job so far this season.
Yeah. So, all right, buddy, thank you so much for reaching out to us.
Thanks for having
it's always
me.
Great having you in town.
Yeah.
And next week, get a hold of us when you come back.
Will do.
Report back on San Diego. And anything you need for Comic-Con, you got it. Just tell them you'll do it.
Dude,
tell them you'll scan tickets.
You just let me know if you need my shield.
Tickets.
All right?
I will. I'll get
All
your
right.
shield.
All right, if you need it. It's yours for you to use. All right, everybody. Jaybird.
Yeah.
Front Street Brewery. What's going on?
Hey, tap room's open, bud.
It's open and rocking and rolling?
Yeah.
I can hear it.
We'll have to get down there to the Freight House Complex. We don't know where you're going to park exactly, but it is open, so it means you should be able to walk across River Drive at some point right around there.
Yes,
Get in there. They're serving up the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the also popular Cherry Bomb Blonde. Those are our friends from Front Street Brewery. You just need to check out their Facebook page for current events, what's going on, when they're going to do the frickin' Fridays if everything's popping. Hopefully they didn't skip a beat, but we'll have them in this Friday. Or actually we won't. We're not going to be here, but we will talk about them and talk to them and find out more. That's Front Street Brewery, Freight House Complex.
This is Adam Rosso from Hawkeye Headquarters, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
One Iowa Lottery Silverado scratch ticket, please.
Here you go. Top prizes of $50,000.
And a chance to win a fully loaded Chevy Silverado.
Yep. They're giving away 4 Silverados and 20 prizes of $5,000 in the Summer of Silverado promotion. You're actually supposed to scratch it, not sniff it.
Yeah, but I just love imagining that new truck smell. For rules and complete details on this Play It Again promotion, visit ialottery.com.
Woohoo!
This is Emma. And this was her last piano recital. Because Emma was killed on Interstate 57 in Jefferson County during a crash involving impaired and distracted driving. Emma was 18. Please, drive responsibly. It really is a matter of life or death. Learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com.
Casey's wants to introduce you to the newest member of the neighborhood. Meet the all-new Casey's.com. Now the same great made-from-scratch pizza is always easy to order, right at your fingertips. Casey's.com. Whether you're at home or on the go, you're always one fast click away from your favorite Casey's pizza. Try the new Casey's.com today. The easier, faster, friendlier way to order pizza. This month's special, order 2 large, delicious Casey's single-topping pizzas for only $9.99 each. Not valid with any other offer.
Crown Trophy can help you show your employees, business partners, or clients your appreciation. Crown Trophy has the largest inventory of corporate gifts, desk accessories, clocks, promotional items, and more. Trust Crown Trophy with your corporate corporate awards and let their customer service, selection, and affordability speak for itself. Visit Crown Trophy today. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned. Check out their location at 2714 Central Avenue, Bettendorf. Crown Trophy in Bettendorf is the largest, most respected trophy shop in the Quad Cities.
ESPN 93.5 is the Quad Cities sports leader and home of your local sports show, Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Listen for a chance to win everything from tickets to free food. Every time you win and pick up your prize at the ESPN 93.5 Pepsi ticket window, we'll give you a Pepsi for the road as well. It's like winning twice. Get more chances to win by downloading the ESPN 93.5 app or going to ESPN935.com. From the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5, KJOC Bettendorf.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
What was that?
No, the spot block didn't stop.
I like that, though. That noise.
That was the beginning of McDonald's commercials. What that was.
Good for them. Good for them.
All right, we're back in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish. This is Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 93.5. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work, Jay. Anyway,
sometimes
it's okay.
Sometimes
it happens.
Yeah, it's not
something. Yeah, the stop thing was in there and it got turned off. Maybe I actually bumped something. Who knows?
Bump.
Anyway, Chase says he's on his way. He's just leaving St. Ambrose now. So he's a man on the job. He's already getting going for recruiting for next year.
Yeah, this is what he's doing.
Recruiting for next year for the esports. So I want to remind you guys about Paradigm. We've talked about it before. We'll talk about it again. It's this awesome VR place. Not only do they have do they host the esports for League of Legends and all the other games out there. They have Super Mario Brothers, Super Smash Bros. Tournaments, but that's also where we did the Creed.
How far did the water get into him? Do we know? Did we talk to anybody? Or I guess we'll find out from Chase.
Yeah, we'll find out from Chase. Yeah. So enough to shut it down from what made first.
I mean, I knew it got in the front door at least.
Yeah, so it got through
because it was really there. It was that parking lot right next to them where people were getting a lot of footage, where it was kind of dry and they were bringing people out. But I know it creeped in there, so. Like I said, hopefully, and the way they had it set up, hopefully it didn't get in far enough and they got equipment out of the way. I mean, but we'll find out, right?
Yeah, like I said, I enjoy the place because I'd rather spend the money there to have Ben or Sophie use the VR than to spend the money actually at Chuck E. Cheese. And they'll just play those games and get some tickets and they'll lose those things or whatever else, where they can be active on VR and do all kinds of things. It's not just games and Beat Saber or anything like that. Like Soph did some art, and now there's a new thing down there, and I just shared it on Facebook today. You can go down to I'll have to look it up. There's just so many things you can do, and not only that, you can do VR training there if you have a corporation. So I'm pushing for my son's birthday party to be down there. It was just one of those things, hey, your party's coming up, what do you want to do? And I was like, Paradigm. And he's kind of like, oh, yeah, maybe. And I think once I'll take him back down there again, he'll be like, yeah, we're definitely going to be down there for this. Because, I mean, he's done the altitude thing, which is cool, you know?
Yeah, it's a blast.
The other one good thing to do is to go down to the River Bandits for the birthday party. We've done that for him as well. But we need to be able to have games first. Need to make sure that the River Bandits, that they're going to have their games there before we do that. Because we got to get in there. We got to get to...
I know. We need
a bar sitting there.
Chris in our bar, Marv Tender.
Just tell me about it.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You hear me clucking, Big Chicken?
I hear you clucking.
All right. That's what we need.
So,
sounds like it could be a good
and then also we talked about the promotional items, right?
Yeah.
We're getting some buzz out there on Twitter as well. But another place to be fun to throw the Frisbee around, be at Tangledwood. All right? Because they're going to have the 8,000 square foot of outdoor enjoyment that's going to be for food and drinks, hanging out with friends and family, you know, when the weather stays consistent. Not only do we know about Tanglewood Inn, they got the 7,400 square foot of the indoor stuff with TVs, 22 TVs, 44 beers on tap, obviously an award-winning chef. So, I mean, it's great. The thing is get in there, get there early because it's busy.
Oh, it is. I'll tell you what, I drove by there on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it was like 11:30, and the parking lot was already completely full. People were parked on the sides,
Mhm.
I mean, it's jam-packed, and it's a big place, so for it to get packed,
yeah.
it
But I
takes a
mean,
lot of
pizza's
cars.
good. Not you just pizza's
yeah.
all the way from appetizers all the way to pizza. It's fantastic there.
I thought they did a great job of
Bocce ball
obviously
in the
we know
backyard?
this. It's the people that had governors,
Mhm.
and they kept a few of the things that were popular from that governor's menu. But they really incorporated a lot of other stuff. I mean, it's so good, Marv. You had it?
Yeah.
You weren't here yesterday. Have you heard about this at the Blue Iguana though? The
Azul Iguana.
Wana Iguana Challenge.
Yeah, I tried it.
You did?
What happened?
I made it, and then I tried it.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, it was good. It was tasty.
Can
It's
you
huge though.
You've done the
You couldn't
6 pound
finish it?
6 pound burrito and 24-ounce beer.
I couldn't.
in 30
smash
minutes.
it. I couldn't smash it, but I tried it.
We need to do a Facebook Live from there. I can't do it. There's no way.
What do you mean you could?
6 pound burrito?
I got to put 6 pound burrito down.
I know you got a hollow leg or something.
No, no way.
And
a 24-ounce beer.
That ain't nothing for no low roller.
In 30 minutes? I couldn't do that. We've talked about this on the air. I can't eat like that.
T-Ray a little extra guac. It's all good.
That's 30 minutes.
But we gotta if I get a couple desserts down, I'm you throw in some T-shirts and hats for the kids.
Man, we get Stager to take us over there and do a really good live remote.
Yeah.
To bribe Stager with some beer or something.
Pay for his challenge. That's
There
at the
you go.
Blue Iguana at 201 North Cody Road, LeClaire, Iowa. And also
I love how
mention-
we volunteer Stager for so many things, by the way.
Yeah, like so.
He gives us the stage. We have to put something on it.
Oh, we got to thank Andrew Chester for coming in. That was fantastic. Just to
Yeah,
hear from
man.
him and all the travels that he did, and he got. And, I mean, it's just from him and just announcing it with us and just like, I'm just going to travel for a while, and he did it. That's
Good
great
for
for
him,
6
man.
months,
I mean,
man.
to
that's
to
the
have
dream.
I mean, he's a young dude.
Yeah.
But just to have I don't know, kind of the
The
vision.
off the grid thing, though.
Oof.
That's tough.
Being off the grid sucks, man.
Only 3 books, but he had the puzzle.
Probably
the
very
puzzle
thick
would be hard,
books, though.
hard.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you like puzzles?
I do.
I used to do them when I was a kid.
When I was a kid, yeah. I like crossword puzzles. Everyone knows that, yeah. Yeah. But I like puzzles, yeah. Dealing with the family, though. Except for, but then you just get frustrated if they quit on you. Chase, get on over here.
All right.
Don't get comfortable over there.
Yeah,
Come
what
on
are you
here.
doing?
I'm doing good over here.
You're VIP, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So you guys remember Chase from in the fall when we talked to him about Paradigm, and we started discussing a lot about esports. We had just had now I'm going to forget. That's how fast we've Josh from St. Ambrose was on, but Josh has moved on. He's gone back to the southeast part of the United States.
And Chase is now the new Josh.
How, Chase? First off, things first. Chase was the director down at Paradigm, and that's how we got to know him. That's how I've been down there so many times with my son, and we've gone and seen tournaments down there, and we got to do the Creed thing down there.
That's right.
So then I didn't even know Josh left, and the next thing you know, Chase says, "Hey, guess the cat's out of the bag. What happened? Take us through everything? Like now that you're the coach, you're the man of esports at St. Ambrose University."
Yeah, so there was a lot that went into that process. Basically, Josh and I were in really good communication because, St. Ambrose came down and competed at Paradigm in just about every event that they could, showing the local sport and love for esports. And so he made a Facebook post and said that he was leaving and going back to, I think it was South Carolina? So South or North Carolina. And I was just blown away at the moment because St. Ambrose in the first year did something that an esports program does not typically do, and that is win titles. The Summoners Rift of the North, which was a really, really big collegiate esports tournament, and HughFest, which has over 100 competing collegiate colleges. They got third in HughFest, and they won both Overwatch and League of Legends in the Rift of the North, which is absolutely insane for a first-year program. That's like in the NCAA, a double-A school going in their first year and winning.
Wow.
Absolutely insane. So he made the post, and I think he mentioned that he was going back because his family's in that area and he wanted to see his family. So at that point I did a lot of reflection, and I realized that I could continue running the Paradigm as a business, which Paradigm is wonderful. I've left on good terms. Still an amazing company. But I got the once in a lifetime opportunity to actually work with a team and build a team, which is initially what I got into esports to do. I wanted to eventually be a coach and further down the line be a ref. So this was a kickstart to that part of my career that I had not expected. So, I put in the application. I thought, we'll see where this goes. And I get a message about 2-3 weeks later that says, hey, you're one of the 3 finalists. We just want to let you know we're going to set up a final interview. Went in for the final interview, and they thought I was qualified for the position. So now I'm doing recruiting and working at St. Ambrose.
Okay, so...
Well, congratulations, first of all. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's... I can see why they hired you. We knew that from the moment we first talked to you. The energy that you bring, like right away, we were like, we gotta stay in touch with this guy. So
we had you on. We were in the old studio.
Yeah. Yep. So this is your first time in the new studio.
Talk to us too. I mean, we were speculating a little bit. You were still there when the flood walls breached.
Oh wow, yeah.
Talk to us about that, man.
Yeah, no, that's actually that's a juicy story. That was a good time. I was actually quoted in, I think, the Quad City Times front page saying it was like a disaster movie because it was. So I was working. Tony Stopoulos was working that day with me as well, and I was looking out the front doors, and I turned around because it was a nice, beautiful day. There were some people outside running back and forth. I was like, what is all that all about? So I turn around. I'm going to work on a headset, and Tony goes, that doesn't look too good, Chief. I turn around. Water comes down the street all at once. I'm freaking out. I'm like, the panic sets in immediately. I'm like, call Steve, call the police, call Kelly, call everyone. This is happening right now. So we step outside. We notice Great River Brewery already has sandbags, so we were helping them sandbag their front door. And then when I'm like, oh, it just I didn't realize the HESCO barriers failed. Yes. I thought that it was just like some water maybe coming up out of the street. I just saw it come down. I was like, well, it probably won't get that high. So
who told you to think?
My brain, right? Unfortunately, so at that point, I made a couple calls, and the water just continually rose. So we just took all the equipment that was in the front of the Paradigm, and we just ran it to the back because, as you guys know, if you've been in Paradigm, it's kind of at a slant. So everything in the back is significantly higher, like 10, 12 feet higher than everything in the front. Right. So we just took everything and put it in the back, kept the doors locked, and then we thought that night, we put sandbags in front of the door. We're like, all right, everything's going to be okay. We're going to be good the next day. And the next day was the worst that it had been the entirety of the flood. Water, if you've been into the esports arena, water was up to the second step of the esports arena. You were wading through water in Paradigm up to about your waist.
Did it ruin any equipment?
Good question. Not that we know of so far. We moved all of the equipment. However, the infrastructure, the Cat 6 cables, the power cables, all of that were kind of juiced in the process. So,
man.
Yeah. So that evening, or the next day, I guess I should say, we got water pumps and we were pumping water out, but water wasn't going out. And we were like, why are we fighting this problem? Where is the water coming from? Well, if you guys were keeping up with the flood news, it got into the sewage system. Yep. And underneath Paradigm, there are holes in the concrete that go directly into the sewage system. Not directly, but indirectly.
Yeah.
So water was coming up out of the ground that we just couldn't deal with at that point in time. So we just put pumps all throughout the facility, set up more sandbag walls. We had to put one, as you guys know, Great River Brewery was condemned, unfortunately. So we knew that there was a lot of water in that space, and the architects in town were telling us if we didn't level out that water pressure, then the wall would cave in, and then we would have an immense amount more of damage to the space. So we set up our own with. Let me just say, huge thanks to the Quad City community that came out and helped us. We probably had like 40 volunteers over the course of that entire week that just came in and helped. And then we took all of our volunteers after we were done building our walls and went to the other downtown businesses and just started throwing up walls. It was an insane week, to say the least. But we had to put up basically a sandbag wall next to where Great River Brewery is to level out that water pressure so it wouldn't cave in. So it was a very trying week, if you will, but Paradigm's really happy to open back up this weekend. Super hyped for it.
Yeah. So who took your place there down at Paradigm?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
So Paradigm and myself in the transitioning process, the role is getting mainly dispersed into a couple different roles. So the main one being this summer is going to be the full-time summer esports internship. $12 an hour, 40 hours a week. Basically, their main job is to organize the Friday night fights and the esports tournaments at Paradigm. We hired Johnny Whitefield. He'll be down there this weekend actually running the FGC tournament. And he is a junior going into his senior year at Illinois Wesleyan University, and he runs the Smash scene down there. There's a very popular tournament down there called Smash of the Titans that he helps organize. So he's a tournament organizer with some experience, and he knows what he's doing. He actually crashed it. He just moved into town, and so he's staying in the St. Ambrose intern housing. So he crashed at my place a couple days ago, and I got to sit down and talk to him and kind of relay some information. We just chatted for 5-6 hours about esports. So yeah, he's
just chatting. Just
chilling.
Just hanging out.
Oh, no.
So they got the Friday night fights on there, and then they've got the summer. What's the Paradise Summer Series coming up?
Paradise Summer Series. And hear me out here.
Yeah.
When we were moving all those sandbags, I was telling them, hey guys, we can make use of the sandbags, right? We got the Paradise Series coming up. Why don't we just empty them out in the arena? We people come in, take their shoes off at the front of the arena, walk around barefoot. It'd be dope. That idea got nixed pretty quickly, but I thought
call it the Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah. I thought it was good.
I thought it was going to be pretty good. But anyway, so the Paradise Summer Series tournaments, we got monthly tournaments and Rocket League, fighting games, and now instead of Fortnite, it'll be Battle Royales. So with Rocket League, we're considering adding some sports games. So every month, maybe add a Madden in or a FIFA in, and see and kind of test who shows up out of that community, because I know that Armored Gardens is going to be starting their console leagues here in the fall. So we're trying to kind of develop that community right before the console leagues start, so that hopefully they can go and compete at Armored Gardens too.
Cool.
And then we're adding, so some changes in FGC. It's typically Smash, Tekken, and Dragon Ball Fighters. Since Mortal Kombat 11 dropped, we're gonna be adding that to the roster as well. Pretty excited. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
what's that one guy say?
Finish
him.
Get over here. Get over here. Yeah.
Scorpion
throws.
Get over. Yeah. All right.
Who was your favorite character?
Sub-Zero wins. That was Sub-Zero.
I like the one that
Raiden was good too.
Raiden reminded me of the characters from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
I totally see that.
Yeah,
I never thought of that before.
Oh yeah.
No, Raiden's
100%. So now the St. Ambrose.
Problem here.
St. Ambrose.
How many guys are still here? I don't like. Here's your recruiting, and Josh had a team. Now.
Yeah, who do you got to replace? You had seniors out. You got stuff coming in. What? Yeah.
That's a great question.
Do you want to know the answer?
I don't yet. No,
Okay.
I'm reaching out to that was a joke. I'm reaching out to the players right now because Josh left really suddenly, and I still don't have a full roster on who's returning and who's not. So I actually reached out earlier this week to all of the players to figure out who's coming in, what new places I'll have to fill, and then actually we're adding on top of the players that are returning, no matter what that is. I'm going to be recruiting around 20 to 25 new people and adding 2 new programs to the esports at St. Ambrose.
What are the programs?
Ooh, good question, Jay. The 2
Thanks,
programs.
Chase.
the two
That's what he's paid to do.
The 2 programs are going to be Battle Royale, so probably 4 Fortnite players and then 4 FPS heavy players, so players that are really good and overarching shooting games, so PUBG, H1Z1, Apex, even Call of Duty, but they will be it's a strong focus on Battle Royale. For those of you listening that don't know what the term Battle Royale means, it is a new game mode in the first-person shooter community or third-person shooter community where you drop in a map of 100 people, Hunger Games style, and then the last team or the last person standing wins. So all of those FPS players, first-person shooter players, will be moving into the Battle Royale subsection. And then we're adding, since there's been such a popular interest in it, we're adding an FGC branch with a focus on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 11, and Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay. So let's bring this down to, and we've talked about this before. My son's young. He likes video games.
Yeah.
Now, Took a while till I was like, all right, I want to do Fortnite first before I just allow him to play Fortnite. And there's a lot of these things that when you say like first person shooter that people are gonna be apprehensive for this, especially the age. What should he be doing now? Should he be doing? He likes Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So he should like just get into what the trend is right now. Obviously, he's got a good 10 years, and things can change. I mean, 10 years ago there wasn't esports like this. So look at where we're at. But what should he be doing to go down there? Like for tournaments for that, should he be doing Super Smash Bros? Is there anything else in games that he should be doing?
Yeah, so really my big focus because I'm coaching coach tips for you coming right at you here live.
That's what we need, yeah.
I usually recommend that someone has a primary genre and a secondary genre that they play in for any esport. And that's just really good to get diversification of the cultures in esports. So for instance, if I'm playing League of Legends, I'm not going to have weeklies like an FGC community would. FGC, by the way, stands for fighting games, similar to Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken. So if I'm a primary fighting games player, that culture is going to be completely different than a team-based game like League of Legends.
Yes, okay.
So I usually invite people or advise people to pick about 2 games and mix between the genres. Fortnite and Smash are both really, really popular games right now and really, really good games. To anyone that is aspiring to want to go into the competitive gaming industry or any sort of competitive gaming, I highly recommend that they figure out what exactly they want to do as a career first. And I know that that's kind of a hard question, but like, ask yourself, do I want to be a player? Do I want to be a caster? Do I want to say what's going on during the games? Do I want to be an analyst? And do I want to pinpoint what were the big decisions that made the match turn in favor of one person or the other? Do I want to be a broadcaster? Really anything that you can take. A referee, yeah. Anything that you can take in the regular sports industry, you can apply to esports, and there's already a career for it. My big recommendation is really figure out what you want to do first as a career, and then figure out, based on that field, how to improve the individual esport. So if Call of Duty is lacking in casters, which they're not, but if they were lacking in casters, then you could be the next big caster for Call of Duty. It's all about finding the problems and solving them.
I hear that. I mean, I think we talk about, even when we hear this show, that there was a lack of Quad City-based sports talk radio, and then what we do is we made the feelers and talked to where are we not evolving in other things, and that's where we get to meet you. So, but for like my son, I don't want him right now. I really don't want him having headphones talking to people he doesn't know who he's playing with.
Right.
So
yeah, that's justified.
He could just be doing the single player games, like continue doing Smash Bros and Fortnite.
And that's why weeklies are so important. And the reason why there are weeklies in the fighting games community is because it's a one person versus one person game. So it's easier to do in person, and when you play online, there's a lot of lag in those games typically. So instead, what they do is the players meet up once a week, like we do at Friday Night Fights at Paradigm, and they just play against each other. And that's how that process goes, and it's generally a pretty good process to practice. And with that being said, there's a lot more sports and sportsmanship added because you're there in person, competing against someone else.
So what's the youngest person that comes down to your weeklies?
I think 9.
Okay.
The number 2 person in our region, the Great River Valley region, which has over 600 competitors, is 11 years old.
Wow.
And his name is Ethan Foe.
Wow.
Well, hey, let's go to a break quick,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we'll finish off the day and follow up some more. Chase.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Do it again, a little more heart.
You.
This is Emma. And this was her last piano recital. Because Emma was killed on Interstate 57 in Jefferson County during a crash involving impaired and distracted driving. Emma was 18. Please, drive responsibly. It really is a matter of life or death. Learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com.
Casey's wants to introduce you to the newest member of the neighborhood. Meet the all-new Casey's.com. Now the same great made-from-scratch pizza is always easy to order, right at your fingertips. Casey's.com. Whether you're at home or on the go, you're always one fast click away from your favorite Casey's pizza. Try the new Casey's.com today. The easier, faster, friendlier way to order pizza. This month's special, order 2 large, delicious Casey's single-topping pizzas for only $9.99 each. Not valid with any other offer.
You can always tell a great deal when it's held over. Here's Gavin McGrath from the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport with great news.
Our trade for anything offer is held over. The response was tremendous. There's still time to trade up.
Doesn't matter how old.
We'll take it, no matter the miles, the condition. Tug it, tow it, or just tell us where it is. We'll trade for anything.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, get out of the old.
Get what you want, over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles with payment from $167 a month. Certified pre-owned trucks starting at $10,988.
Listeners always ask, what about credit?
All credit applications accepted. Nobody works harder to help. Don't miss this. We'll trade for anything. Just no firearms or spouses, please.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, 4618 North Brady Street in Davenport.
Online, McGrathAuto.com.
ESPN 93.5 wants you to be an insider. Access great contests and giveaways and be in the know at ESPN935.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged, and ESPN Quad Cities. From local to global, ESPN 93.5 has you covered with your Quad Cities sports talk show. It's Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Talk sports with your favorite foursome, T-Roy, Jay Bird, Serge, and you. Weekdays from noon to 2 on ESPN 93.5. Every Chicago Cubs baseball game is heard right here.
Deep right field. This ball's got a chance. Get out the tape measure, long gone.
This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
All right, we are back in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish. And we're in studio with Chase from our very own St. Ambrose Fighting Bees.
What's up?
Good. I haven't heard that one in a while.
I think that, this is great that you get to go from Paradigm and set all the stuff up and get to know the people in the community to, like you said, to coach. And then you do have a plan that eventually maybe be a referee.
Think about it. If you're wanting to get into the sports industry, what is the coolest thing that you can do at the end of your career? It's reffing. Imagine a boxing ref standing in the ring, watching the action live right in front of them, and they're the ones that determine the calls and plays that determine that game. There is no greater role, in my opinion, in the sports and esports industry than reffing.
There's something that's not computing with me, though. There's got to be something as a referee. Are there calls that are controversial?
Yeah.
And do people get down their throats and be like, "You're the worst ref I've ever seen"? Because that's the way things are now. We're losing referees in high school and college and youth daily. The problem is because they can't stand the parents, or the players are even just as bad. And then on top of it, the referees are short fused. And not to digress or anything, the kid from Louisville in the College World Series said that's a horrible call. He didn't even say that. He said horrible call, and the referee tossed him. Louisville pitcher. He thought he painted the china. Thought he had the corner. Said, rolls his eyes, says horrible call. Boom. Because they're short fused and everything. So I'm wondering, is it cut and dry, or are there controversial calls that you want to make?
I've been thrown out of so many games when I was a kid.
See, and that's the problem with esports right now. Usually the referee calls are made by the tournament organizers. So, it's the people who are organizing and running the tournaments who make the tournaments happen that are making the main calls. And that's a lot to put on one person doing all those roles at once. So, when you look at big games like League of Legends or games that have organized circuits like Overwatch, there are dedicated refs that do stand there and make sure that there isn't any cheating going on. That can be anywhere between messing with the equipment to put it in your favor. That can be trying to screen peek. Like even scooting your chair back if no one's watching, scooting your chair back and looking at the other screen
over there.
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
Put your folders up.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I like that call. Yeah.
But yeah, there are definitely
Eyes to the front, Kane.
There are definitely controversial calls that happen all the time. So one that comes to mind right now is Super Smash Bros. Melee is a game that came out in 2005, still very popular 10, 15 years later. And recently, so as the game's progressed, they've noticed that there are bugs in the game that you can kind of just utilize to your advantage. There's a character called the Ice Climbers that's 2 characters that you play at the same time. Super hard to play, but there's a technique called wobbling where you can basically grab, hit the person, and throw them to your other character and do that back and forth until you get them to a certain percentage. They just die. And that's just, it's broken.
It's called, there's a song called Wobble With It. That's that song. Came from that.
The Wobble?
That's not where it came
Wobble
from.
With
Anyway,
It.
let Chase explain. That's right.
Isn't that Jason Derulo?
So this is there's a glitch in this?
Yeah, so there was
Wobble, baby,
so
wobble,
it's a technique that's being used and it's being banned in tournaments right now in the Melee community. So there was a tournament most recently. I'm spacing the tournament and I'm spacing the players, so I'm really, really sorry. Anyone who watches Melee, fill me in chat, help us out here. But there was an Ice Climbers main, right? And he was facing off against a Jigglypuff main. Now Jigglypuff is
This is where you start to lose people here when you have names like this stuff. Yeah,
he caught me at Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
2 characters are facing against each other.
Right.
One character, the tournament did not ban wobbling. So the Ice Climbers main starts wobbling the other guy, just taking and racking up percentage. And so the other guy, luckily breaks out of it, and he gets a stock ahead. Stock meaning a life. When you're playing Melee, you have 4 lives apiece. So he gets 1 life ahead, and by Melee rules, if you're a life ahead by the end of the match, you win.
Yeah.
So he gets a life ahead, and he starts using Jigglypuff, which is a very floaty and fast character, and he starts running away from him. So that he can't catch him. And the Ice Climber main just sits there, and this is why it was controversial. He sits there, and he looks at him, he unplugs his controller, he stands up, and he leaves.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because he's angry. Because he can't get the stock on him. It was super controversial because it was wobbling that initiated that, and he was just running away. So it was super unsportsmanlike. There should have been someone there to make a call or determine what was going on in the situation. Just too much left up.
I want to name my character Cheesy Poof.
Yeah,
Cheesy Poof.
So be real quick. Talk to me about Paradigm Shift. It's coming up July 20th and 21st.
Ooh, I'm really glad you asked. So Paradigm Shift is going to be the premier tournament of the Great River Valley region, which is our region. It is a $10,000 pot bonus fighting games tournament. The largest fighting games tournament to ever happen in Iowa. And myself and Chase DeWitt are putting it on with the help of Kevondre Thompson, who is a Michigan tournament organizer, and Kiefer Rogers, who is a Champaign, Illinois-based tournament organizer as well. So we'll have brackets, and let me just clarify. I said $10,000 pot bonus. There will be more money added to that, determined on how many people enter into each game, because a portion of your entry fee is put into the bracket money. So this summer, we're going to have Mortal Kombat 11. We're going to have Super Smash Bros. Melee. We're going to have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We're going to have Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighters, and Project Plus, which is a kind of modded version of Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is going to take place at Rhythm City Casino. I think right now we're sitting at 97 or 98 entrants. 98 entrants online, almost hitting 100, and we're looking to get 250 by the time the tournament rolls around.
Wow. Well, for 10 G's, man.
Yeah, and we're flying in pro players. We had a budget set aside to get out professional players in commentary. So we're getting out a Melee player named Bananas. All of these players are sponsored, by the way. Myron, who is an Ultimate player. Let's see.
And what about if I want to take
the Kelly Leak of your guys' league?
The Kelly Leak.
Who's the 14-year-old that's got a promising future?
Yeah, who's the dude that's
the
11-year-old?
Oh, Ethan Foe, the 11-year-old.
What about if I want to go watch this Paradigm Shift out at Rhythm City Casino?
So it will be online on the Paradigm stream. It'll also be online at Gucci Gaming. That's our main streaming company that we're bringing out. If you want to come watch it live, you can come to Rhythm City. If you want to watch it online, we'll have it broadcasted all across all the Paradigm channels. It's going to be a massive tournament. We got a lot of good stuff coming out for that.
That's fantastic. Hey, Chase, stay in touch with us. Congratulations on the new gig, and we'll keep pushing this.
Yes.
We're happy to partner
couldn't have
with
found a better
Paradigm.
guy to be the coach.
I know you're going to be great.
You're going to be awesome, dude.
I'm gonna do my best.
You will be just
Yeah,
great.
I'll have to get players in here for interviews after
Absolutely.
big tournaments.
Yes, let us know.
I mean, even the pros. If you got,
Oh shoot, yeah, I'll try to get interviews with them and see if because they're gonna be in town. We're flying them out on Thursday. They're gonna be in town until Monday. So I'm sure there's a couple that would. We're actually getting who's like the villain right now in the baseball or basketball community? Who's like the villain, the guy?
The villain, and who's the guy that? Well, I don't know.
LeBron James is the villain.
LeBron James. I don't know, Kevin Durant, maybe.
Okay.
They don't know where.
We're getting Salem out, and he's the villain of the Smash community.
Okay.
So we're getting him out. We're getting.
We
him
want
and
that.
Dark
We want
Lizzie.
Salem. We want the.
He's got a personality. He's got Salem.
Yeah, we want Salem. All right. Well, I'll be in touch.
Awesome.
Hey,
All
you guys have a hassle-free Wednesday. We will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much to Chase. Thank you so much to Andrew. Everyone, you have a great Wednesday. We will talk to you soon. Thanks, buddy. That's awesome.